All right. You know what? They gotta. I miss the old way. They gotta change that. There used to be, unless I'm doing something wrong, I keep checking it time and time again, but uh, every time I look at it, I'm trying to see how. Because before, you used to be, you set everything up, you go live, and then whenever you're ready, you click a button, and then boom, you're live. But now the way it's set up is you get everything set up, and once you go live, you don't have that initial step where it's like, and go. You know what I mean? It was a small thing, but I like that, man, because then you're all set, and then you just, I don't know. Anyway, we got a few things to discuss. I'm gonna try to keep this compact. I am a little bit behind, and I got a big flaws and Oz coming on Tuesday. There was a bunch of holiday stuff, and I was getting things situated with the new year and everything. New year, new content, and we're gonna be running content on the Ronnie Hayes channel. Nah, brother, I haven't watched anything. Listen, when it comes to Vikings and other shows, it's gonna be months. Like when I say like last week or a week before, I'm gonna check out those shows. I'm telling you right now, I'm not checking anything out until like March or maybe even April. I'm looking at my schedule. I even bought a new calendar because I needed something with bigger room. I'm looking at my schedule and it's just not happening. I might be able to squeeze some stuff in here and there, but I'm telling you right now, I got a list of shit to get to. And the stuff that we're going to make videos on will take priority. So we have some zombie flaws and Oz coming up at the end of this month or maybe the middle. I don't know when we'll start it exactly, but a brand new movie, I'm popping that out on Tuesday. Here's the issue though with the new Flaws and Oz for Tuesday. I think most of you will love it. It's a brand new movie. However, I'm getting something on Tuesday, and I need to go over some footage so I can do the majority of the Flaws and Oz, but I need a few hours with certain footage that I can't get until Tuesday, which is going to be a pain. That means in the morning I got to run my errands and I got to stop off, get it, and then come home and go over the footage, which is about 2 hours, and then add additional stuff to the Flaws and Oz specifically. So the Joker Flaws and Alls will be coming sooner than you think. Trust me. If you could handpick on the Walking Dead actor to meet, who would it be? Andrew Lincoln, probably. Have you ever watched The Sopranos? Hell yeah, I watched that when it was fresh. I love The Sopranos. Um, a couple news topics I do want to like put in here as we go over things. I'm gonna put my fan on though. Hold on. Hopefully, hopefully that won't be too loud in the microphone. There's a couple news things popping off, and I wanted to put that out there. And yeah, the Joker comes out Tuesday. Oh, I know, brother. Just keep eyes keep your eyes peeled. Either Tuesday or Wednesday, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like I said, though, it's a tight fit because I shouldn't have scheduled it so soon, but I was so excited. The plan so far is we're looking good for it. The plan so far is the Flaws and Aws on Tuesday, which is the 7th. And then we have that coming Friday will be The Walking Dead 101 Flaws and Aws. So that's going to be season 1, episode 1. We're going to touch back with the pilot. And then that following Tuesday on the 13th will be the Flaws and Alls for The Walking Dead 102. And what will happen from that point on is every Monday will be a Walking Dead Flaws and Alls, just like with season 10, but we're going to be doing season 1 now since season 10 is on break. And then every Friday that I'm able, I'm going to pop out a movie Flaws and Alls. Like I said, there's 2 a month. My main goal is to get to 4 every single Friday, 4 a month. That's the goal. But right now, I can commit to 2 for sure. 4 is our dream goal. So we'll see how that plays out. Some Joker comes. Are you gonna boof some ecstasy this year? Every weekend, brother. Did Chibi make it to 2020 in one piece? Barely. I'm not sure if you're interested, but leaked set photos of Matt Reeves' Batman film. I'm not. I'll be honest, I'm not. Whenever I come across them, I'll check them out. Maybe I'll pull them up. That's weird. Like, the more I think about it, I'm kind of interested. But is it okay? Is it official? Like, here's a clear look. If it's some blurry random shit, I could care less. But if it's like, oh no, here's a high def, perfect, crystal clear look at something, I might be interested in it. But right now, when it comes to the Matt Reeves Batman, I have zero interest up until there's enough to feed off. You know what I'm saying? There's certain movies like The Last of Us, when I get like a little tiny bit of info, I go nuts. There's just certain things where that trips me up, and when it comes to that, I just don't have faith in Hollywood, so I'm not really excited until I see more. Do you think there's a small chance they'll bring Morgan and Dwight back to The Walking Dead where they belong? It bothers the crap out of me, man. Well, sure, I'll say I think there's a small chance. I also think there's an even greater chance of them blending into a new version of The Walking Dead that's still in that universe, but it's not the original show. As far as I know, I didn't get any other newer information, but as far as I know, the possibilities are still open. The Walking Dead, as a matter of fact, I just pulled up an article that dropped a couple hours ago, and maybe we'll read it on stream together, but it was about The Walking Dead having years to go. And like I said before, I think it is any which way they can swing it. The idea is to just keep the world, the universe going on TV, but switch out the actors. You know what I mean? Whoever doesn't want to be on the show or wants to leave or has to go because of this, that, and the third, they're out. And then anyone who wants to stay, then they'll bounce them back and forth to whatever they got popping off. Matt Reeves Batman. I don't even know where to look for this. I don't even want to hunt for it, to be honest. Batman. I spelled Batman like a dumbass. The first set photos arrive. Possible set photo. Oh yeah, I could care less for any of this. For anyone, if you look it up, it's just no thanks. Jesus, what is that? It's random pictures. It's random pictures of like I don't know, car, subway, like this type of shit. I don't give two damns about unless it was some up close. Here's the bat suit so we can see something. Some meaty material. Not sure if you're interested, but leaked set photos. Yeah, and if you're talking to me, put at Make a Path Presents because then it'll highlight it. Anyone know what's going on with the Fan Fest in... Where's that at? Nashville? Fan Fest is... And I don't even know what's up because I lost track of all that shit. I covered a video with the Walker Stalker Con going to shit. And apparently FanFest is the new name. That sounds like an old name. I could have sworn that was an older con. But anyway, maybe they got rolled into one. You guys let me know who's keeping track of this. But I was reaching out to some people, and essentially most of the people that I heard of, they had Walker Stalker Con is the one who canceled dates. And then when it came back around, it was for dates that weren't even in the area, not the area that they... like not the same state. There was other things that got butchered and botched up, like the date that they had to redo it was totally different. Some people aren't even getting the refunds. It was mostly about refunds, but this fan fest that's going on right now, I'm trying to keep up with it, but I was working on the flaws and ahs and I was doing some other stuff, and there's so much shit out right now. We'll look through Twitter at some of this stuff, but someone shared an image online and it's legit. No one's showing up to it. Maybe a few small people. Other than TanaCon, which, again, I forget. She and everything she does is so forgettable. In my opinion, all I know is it was a disaster. But this is supposed to be the next greatest con disaster. If you want to look it up, FanFest, and then throw some thoughts and opinions in the comment box, if that's something to discuss. Because that is something connected to the Walker Stalker Con, which we will look over all the information when I can have a chance to read more. And then we'll cover it. Collider's apparently imploding as well. Collider was something I didn't watch, and I feel like again, I feel like a dick because I was going to do a video called Terminator Dark Fate failed because I didn't go to see it. And here's the thing is, that sounds ignorant. It sounds stupid, but it's flat out the God's honest truth. And I don't mean me personally, but I kind of do. The truth is, when you're making a Terminator movie, you are honing in on fans like me and other fans like that. Because I'm already, you name it, you say Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Terminator, I already bought a ticket. You know what I'm saying? If you can make a Terminator movie, and I didn't even go to the theaters to see it, I didn't give you no money for it, but I went out and bought Terminator 2 on fucking, what was that? 4K. I don't even got a 4K player yet, but I'm prepping. It was on sale. I bought that, but I didn't buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying? You failed miserably. I feel like you should do a flaws and alls. But anyway, connect the Terminator concept with what I was talking about before. Did you hear about the Jaws remake? I don't want to hear about any Jaws remake. Get the fuck out of here. You're not remaking Jaws. Michael Bay, get out of here. You should have flaws and alls. Hey, you should do a flaws and alls of the Sopranos prequel film, The Many Saints of Newark, coming out in September. Jon Bernthal's playing Tony's dad. I don't know. I'm definitely going to check it out, but that's something where it's like, are they just clinging on to the name, or do they have something they really want to, they really want a solid story? I haven't seen Uncut Gems yet, no. Days Gone By, flaws and alls, hell yeah, it's coming. No, everyone keeps mentioning Uncut Gems, and I'm definitely interested now because people keep bringing it up. But I watched the trailer, and I have zero interest in it. But everyone keeps mentioning it. Shit. Nicole Palisky with a $20 nut tap, love tap. Sorry I missed last live. You're looking like Aaron Paul tonight is something different. No. Oh, yeah, I shaved my beard. Other than that, that's the only thing different. Same dumbass me. And speaking of which, apologize for the stupid dumb thumbnail. I didn't really feel like putting something because I knew we were just going to talk about whatever, but I was going to put a couple articles off to the side in case there was something specific we're going to chit-chat about. Have you ever but thank you very much for the $20 dono to the channel for the support. And it's funny you mention that. That's how I got into Breaking Bad. My grandfather started watching Breaking Bad, and then he was like, yo, this kid reminds me of you. Did I say that right? Yeah, this kid reminds me of you. Watch, this show. And I watched it, and I was hooked. Have you ever played the Walking Dead No Man's Land mobile game? No, I don't think I played that one. I'm on the side of keeping Fear Season 4 and 5 as non-canon parody. What do you think? I don't even think about Fear. How's that? How is that? I'm just not into it. Were you a fan of the Wrong Turn movies? Ooh, that's rough. Yes and no. I mean, I like to put in, the slasher gore movies. I'm always interested to check them out. Some of them get so ridiculous to the point where I think the latest one, it was just you're watching it because it's just stupid fun. So am I a fan of it that I respect it and love the franchise? Fuck no. But will I watch it because it's just stupid gore? I think the first one I actually do take as a real movie, but the rest is just silly fun, And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. But, so I can't say I'm a fan. If I heard they're making another one, I wouldn't care until it was time to rent it on Redbox or something. Predator game out in April. You ready? I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. April, May. I got to look because if it's too close to the Last of Us 2, I don't know how that's going to work. But maybe Predator can just wait. Love you, Ronnie. Keep up the awesome work live from Germany. Thank you very much, Gizm Seelick. Did I say that right? Excuse me. Did you hear NECA say they're bringing heat in 2020? They say that all the time, though, which I can't wait to see what they got, but they say that all the time. I'm not interested in the new Batman movie. They casted a black chick to play Catwoman, who has always been white. I really don't care because you're never going to replace my Catwoman, which is Michelle Pfeiffer. You'll never replace her. You'll never match that. When it comes to, that's Catwoman's a tricky one. When it comes to Catwoman, I don't, I don't, I don't think I care if they switch the if they do a race switch. I don't think I care. A Batman. Okay, do I care about a black Superman, black Batman? Because I think certain things, no, but again, it's so ingrained in the character, so I would have to really think about it. And I used this example before. Usually, normally I just say, don't change anything. However that character is, that's how the character is. But for a lot of things, there's room to breathe. Like Michonne, perfect example. I will never, ever, 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 ever accept a white Michonne. You're not going to give me some white blonde bimbo, even though I'm highly attractive to white blonde bimbos. You'll never get me to believe that this blonde chick is Michonne. Like, no, the thought of that sounds ridiculous. And it's ridiculous now because The Walking Dead is so fresh. But imagine in 30, 40 years, you don't think they're going to reboot and remake The Walking Dead? You're fucking nuts. This shit is a franchise it's up and running. You know, it's got legs now. This bitch it's gone. It's as good as Star Wars, like I said years ago. So even when it comes time for that, I'll be like 70. And they'll be like, yeah, we got this white Michonne. I'll be like, no, the fuck you don't. You know, you better correct yourself on that. But I think certain things, well, I can't say that because I'll probably be an asshole. But I'll say it anyway. With a black Batman, you'll probably have to have a lighter skinned Batman if you go that direction. I think, like, I have a friend of mine who very dark complexion, and we would always joke around because there was this one suit he had put on, goofing around, and you know, it had, the blending was different. Like when you got someone, especially if they white as shit, that white with that black, it pops because of contrast. Same thing like when you take, how do they do that with colors? They'll take like a white and a black, and the white will look really, really white, but then they'll pull out a really white and put it against a white card, and you notice, oh man, that other white card wasn't super white. It was how your eye sees colors. If you look it up, you'll see what I mean. But I think there's certain things, like if you get a black Batman, you'd probably have to get one that's like that has like a cool like mouth guard, like a half mask. I got a half mask here for my character, the Rider. I think that shit would be badass. You got me there. But then it has to come up with backstories and shit, so I don't know. We'll see where it goes with. I'm more concerned with, didn't they hire some like singer's kid or something? Hire an actor. Then again, I don't know who it is, so maybe they are a solid, talented actor. I don't know. Glenn was Rick's right-hand man in charge. Changed my mind? He was right. Sure, right-hand man. Could you see them having Herschel Jr. kill Negan in the future? How would you write it? I can't. I'll have to... Answering something like that, I'll probably have to stop the whole stream and really come up with a good idea. All I'll say now is, off the top of my head, I don't think I have a solid idea, because you can't just say, oh, he beats him with Lucille, because you need to connect the emotions to that and make it more powerful and more impactful. So I would have to take strands of the story and try to piece them together, so by the time that happened, you can see where they're both coming from. You could be more emotionally connected to the story. So I don't have an idea off the top of my head, but having Herschel Jr. do it, again, that sounds tricky. It just comes off as a difficult way to write him likable by that time. It would have to be something that has affected his life to the point where his life would be different if it wasn't for that one moment. But you have to do it in a really dramatic way. So it could work, sure, but you need to put something more in there other than his dad's not around. Happy New Year's. Tells Julia to say Happy New Year. I will do, per Bacon. Please do Flaws and Aws for the movie Good Time. I think you would really enjoy it. I never even heard of Good Time. Yo, you know what one I have on the list? The Good Son. You guys remember that shit? Good Son. What is Good Time? That sounds familiar. Leaks on a video from Austin Brooks' YouTube channel. But what is the leaks though? Ranch King, what are the leaks though? Like if there's a Batman suit, come out and say that. If it's like buildings and stuff, like I don't care. I understand why someone who's interested in the Batman would care, but I just don't care. Buildings and sets, I don't. Maybe the Batmobile? Oh, you got me. I want to see what that looks like. Have you considered a new cap for 2020? Richard, how fucking dare you, bro? How dare you? I found a hat that's comfortable. Yeah, it might not be fashionable. I look like an old ass man. It's my old man hat. I like my old man hat, you know? By the time I'm an old man in 5 years, it'll fit fucking nice. What is your most anticipated horror movie this year? For me, it's Terrifier 2. Same, homie. I don't see A Quiet Place as horror. I see it as more of action horror. You get what I'm saying? But I understand why it's categorized as horror. It's horror sci-fi, but for me, it just, I don't know, spit on the mic. It doesn't feel too horror-like. I don't know, but I get it. For me, it's Terrifier, just because I love the clown messed up shit. Let me do the chat, and we'll go back up. Only Alyssa W with a $3 love nut tap. History, Eartha Kitt, who's Black Catwoman, 1968. Eartha Kitt. Wait, Eartha Kitt. Is that right? She doesn't look familiar. Let me see. Catwoman. Oh my god, I spelled that so wrong. Oh, is that the Adam West one? Yo, I fucking love the Adam West Batman. Why does she not look familiar at all? Like, not even a little bit. I'll pull her up on screen so everyone can see. She looked like a fine Catwoman. Now keep in mind, this is within the times. Batman and everyone, Joker looks mad silly, so this is like keeping within the times for that time period. Like, she looked fine here. And again, it's keeping within the times because even Joker and Batman look silly as shit. Let's see. Why do I remember... I don't remember her at all, and I watched a shit ton of the Adam West Batman. How come I don't remember her? I remember one of these other ones. These costumes are so freaking stupid. Here we go. Here's a cool pic. All right, so for Catwoman, I'm going to just disappear for a moment. For Catwoman, we got Anne Hathaway, which I can't stand as Catwoman. Yes, she's hot. I don't care. For me, it just didn't come off with the same charisma. Even looking at all these pictures, I'm sorry, Michelle Pfeiffer gets it. It's the costume, the attitude, the look. She just nails it. Speaking of, never mind, keep it moving. But this Catwoman looks the most familiar other than Michelle Pfeiffer, but I don't recognize her at all. I'm definitely checking back. I want to see some of those old Batman episodes. I wish I had a complete season. I guilty pleasure watched the shit out of that, you know? I like those old ones. Bam! Wham! You fucking lame. But they fun. I remember one time we went to Ocean City, Maryland, and we didn't have a lot of money, so we would go in the off season, and it would suck, but it was kind of cool. Maybe that's partly why I do like post-apocalyptic stuff, because it would be the boardwalk in the whole area. Imagine when you normally go during summer vacation, it is crowded. Well, every time we went, it would be me and my brother, and no one was around, so we'd be walking on the boardwalk, and there'd be, the stores are all open, but you get like these small clusters of people walking around. And then there was times where we were goofing around because they have this whole setup and we're the only ones there, and they got these bars and shit, and no one is around because it's the off season. Anyway, long story short, one time when we went up, and I was only like 12 or something, I stayed up all night till the sun came up. Just me with some candy watching Batman. The old, you know, because again, back in Back in the day, kiddies, that's all you had was TV. You couldn't pick what you wanted to watch. You had to just pray something was good on the boob tube. Anyway, let me read these comments. Okay, so let's catch up. If you're not a huge Catwoman fan, then you probably won't care, but I really like Catwoman, so I do care. I also believe you should never change major characters that way. Well, here's the thing, Godzilla. We just saw a black Catwoman on TV from the 60s, so right there we got an argument at which I don't know the comic stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up when I was a kid reading comics in Acme, but I don't know Catwoman's origin shit back in the day. I know it from my time, like when I was little, Catwoman from the animated series, Catwoman from the comic when I was growing up. I don't know her backstory. The only Catwoman I was really into, again, was Michelle Pfeiffer. Same thing for Penguin, though. I mean, he's the same thing. Danny DeVito, the look, that movie. Batman Returns is probably one of my all-time favorite Batman movies. Maybe my top favorite, just because it might not hold up as well as the others, but for the enjoyment factor with how often I can watch it without getting sick of it, oh my God, I love that movie. Anyway, so yeah, I feel you, and I do feel you. Partially, I'll meet you halfway. There's, and again, I don't know if how I feel on this is the ultimate way, if I'll change my opinion down the line, but I do feel certain characters you shouldn't change. There's no point in changing them. And then there's some characters where there's wiggle room. I think when it comes to certain characters like Catwoman, it's because we're going to get so many adaptations of Catwoman. I don't give a fuck what they do, because, you know, the next time she'll be white. The next time after that, maybe she's Asian. That would be kind of cool, to be honest, if I can say so myself. The next time after that, maybe she's Puerto Rican. You don't try that on for size. Or Italian, or we get a Native American one. I don't know. But we're always going to get Catwomans. And again, that's how I see it. I don't know. What was the one death that haunted and bothered you in The Walking Dead? I don't think anything bothered me. Other than, like, oh, that was stupid. Like Tyrese. I was like, come on, really? One death that haunted me? I don't... The most impactful, memorable, and I guess you would say haunting and bothered was Sophia. That's still my all-time top. Whoever wrote that comment is a troll or just an idiot. I don't know what comment you're talking about. If you were to have full ownership of The Walking Dead and Terminator or 28 Days Later, Alien vs. Predator for free, which would you choose as a bundle? The Walking Dead and Terminator, or 28 Days Later and Alien vs. Predator? If I can own... Oh my God, that's rough, because I don't give a fuck about 28 Days Later as owning it. But The Walking Dead and Terminator, ooh, I would love to own that. But my all-time dream is Predator. Bro, I'm going all the way. I'm picking Predator. I'll give away and sell 28 Days Later, but one of my all-time fantasy dreams is to get rich enough to buy the Predator franchise. If I own that shit, oh my God. Predator fans, yo, get the lube ready, because I'm bringing us all to orgasm, baby. It's going to be fucking nuts, you know? I already have like an origin movie plotted out and all that, and I'm telling you what, it's fire, because it clears up some of the bullshit that's already in the whatever. And it explains why we don't have scientist predators, because that idea is dumb. And long story short, they get their technology from another race, and that explains why they have the primitive look with. Because one of the reasons I love the look of the Predator is it's an oxymoron. I mean, the Predator has primitive with futuristic technology. It doesn't make any sense. But if you were going to show them in their origin state, you need to show why it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense because, you know, they were able to take over this race that got to that point. And because of that, they went from primitive to boom, you know, having technology so fast that they didn't have time to fully evolve out of the primitive look of their tribalistic outfit. Halle Berry play Catwoman, Godzilla, you're an idiot. Well, I think his point, though, is still is still, and not enough of the name calling, we don't do that here, because it's the same thing. If he's an idiot, I'm an idiot because I don't want to white Michonne. It's the same principle. He just has different reasons for it, being that I don't think I could explain mine, but Michonne to me, her race is embedded within the character. I think that's my explanation. But it's the same principle. He just views it on a different character. And it's up for debate. You're not right 100%. He's not right 100%. I'm not right 100%. It's always up for debate because these are, fictional whatever characters. But yeah, and no, Tiny Rick, that's not true at all. You can't just simply say, oh, it's racist to not want insert this here, because there's logical reasons to not want certain things. Like there's no way it's racist to say I don't want Michonne to be a white chick. That's not racist. It's because the race is embedded with that character. When it comes to Catwoman, I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't matter. What is your one major thing you wish for The Walking Dead to improve on in 2020? Meaningful story. Story that actually adds up to something of substance instead of just kind of weaving the story around moments that will eventually happen in a really superficial way. Ronnie, what is your favorite zombie scene from any movie or show? The all time is when they pull that guy apart from Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead. Day of the Dead. What is your opinion about most of the main characters on the new Walking Dead show being teenagers? Well, I think it's them trying to go for a certain demographic. Do you think they killed Lori too early? Yes, I do. I personally would have liked to see her live until the governor's final battle like the comic. I would have loved that, but then we wouldn't have had a Judith Grimes. So I don't know. I kind of like how it happened. Have you ever seen Prisoners 2013? I never heard of that. Wait, do you mean Prisoners 2013? Like that's the title, or do you mean Prisoners from 2013? Because if it's the Prisoners movie, I'm pretty sure I saw that. Have you ever seen Deadwood? Yes, amazing show. Yeah, I've seen that. Oh yeah, thank you very much for that dono and history lesson as well. That's pretty cool. I love The Good Son. Freaked me out as a kid. I love the highway bridge scene. Yeah, that was good shit. Good Time is about two brothers in New York after a failed bank robbery. I'll have to look it up. There's possibly inspiration photo for the Batsuit. My dad showed me The Good Son when I was little. Used to creep me out as a kid. Yeah, I want you to put that hat on your merch store. It's from Target, homie. I'll have to go to Target and work out a deal. Do you think it's glorifying violence if Joker wins the Oscars? No, not at all. I don't think movies glorify violence whatsoever. Even movies that actually glorify violence, because it's a fucking movie, Predator is a male? I don't know. Jason or Michael Myers? Jason. But I like them both. But Jason. I lead more towards Jason. I don't know why that is. I think it's... I don't know. Is that a Predator statue behind your left shoulder? Oh, shit. Yo. Yeah, it is. I got this Predator statue from Diamond Select, and I got a review posted tomorrow. I already have it already. It's posted tomorrow on my personal channel, Ronnie Hayes, which we're going to have a lot of content coming. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe this year with the new content. Ronnie Hayes is going to be the raw stuff. We're going to have daily uploads sometimes when there's busy weeks, but that's going to have a lot of content coming in 2020 starting on Monday. So subscribe. Anyway, the paint, Diamond Select did it so bad. It was so freaking bad. I literally stripped the Predator statue down and stripped all the paint off it and repainted the entire fucking thing. And I'm going to do a follow-up video, but since it's behind me, I'll show you guys if you're interested. You guys let me know. Here's the thing. I wanted to repaint it like the OG Predator, but I got to painting them, and my favorite color is green. And originally I was going to do a green and orange, but I just had to. Ooh, sorry. I hit the mic. I had to fix this base. Look at this base. I friggin' love the hell out of this base. Before it was like one faded brown with a faded green, and you can hardly tell what's what. But I did this layering with the paint, and I was trying to learn as I went because I'm not like an artist or nothing. And I glossed it up so it was like swampy, but yeah, I don't know if you're going to get a good look at that. Let me see how close I can get. Oh yeah, look at that. So I did this rock base here with a little touch of blue in with the gray to give it this neat look. Even the tree, I did multiple different shades of brown to get this certain look that I wanted. Anyway, so there's the Predator ass. I had to strip the paint off the bones because for some reason they gave him like really dirty brown black dirt bones, which didn't make any sense because he boils them for trophies. His knives were black. I don't know why they did that, but so I gave him coloring in his armband. I even did this like realistic leather type coloring in his, you're not going to see it good, in his fist there. Yeah, I wanted to learn more about painting because I am actually, oh, and I did these two-tone dreads. Look at that. And I fixed his mask. His mask was all types of messed up. But I fixed his mask and the two-tone dreads. I'm really hoping no one's done it yet on a Predator in a video game or something. I'm sure someone has, but I want to do a version with orange. I don't know why I didn't do it with that guy because my two favorite colors are green and orange, but I want to get into sculpting and painting, and one of the main reasons is because I want to do my own designs. However, until I get to the point where I'm good by myself, I wanted to practice on something, and that just drove me because I've been wanting that statue for so long, and it was finally released, and I got to review it, and the paint job was it was embarrassing. It was that bad, but the sculpt was fantastic. So that's the new Predator statue. It's from Diamond Select. They just released it. So if you want to grab it, it's friggin' affordable. It's probably the most affordable Predator statue. It's about $40 or $45, and it's a 10-inch PVC statue. Like I said, it's affordable, but I'll tell you right now, the paint job, you'll have to look at it across the room, and you're like, yo, that looks really good. But then when you get up close, it's bad. Anyway, what flavor vape are your thoughts on vape flavor banning coming? Yeah, the ban's dumb. It doesn't matter because I'm cutting down on the vape to where I'm not going to be using it soon, so I don't care. But the flavor here is Kiwi Vapors Devil's Punch Bowl. Flaws and Aws Predator 2018. That will happen. The Predator will will get a Flaws and Aws. Days Gone wasn't nominated for Game of the Year. That is fucking stupid. Don't know if you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but what do you think about the scene with Bruce Lee getting his ass handed to him? Disrespectful? I thought it was stupid. I mean, I just thought it was dumb. I mean, what? You know? I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, though, so what do I know? Random question. What are 3 things you value in other people? Honesty's got to be up there. Honesty, integrity, loyalty. Got to be loyal. Can you put on the Predator helmet? Question mark. Predator helmet? You mean that Predator mask that's... I think Spin sent that in, right? No, it's hanging up on my top door here. Have you checked out Witcher Season 1? No, not yet. Not yet. Are you a fan of Mortal Kombat? If so, who is your favorite character? My favorite character was Sub-Zero. I think my brother's was Scorpion, too. And that was a while back. But recently, I don't know if I have a favorite character. Some of the designs, back in the day, I liked it. It was simple. It was a blue ninja, yellow ninja, but they had his skull face, and then Sub-Zero had some shit going on. I liked Reptile, though. I think from the movie, he was my favorite. He was literally just the green version of the other ones. But I'll have to say the designs now, I don't like them. I think there's a whole lot of busy stuff going on, and it just looks bad, I think. Like the ones that McFarlane Toys turn into figures. I hate them, actually, the way they look. I think they're terrible. Sorry, Ronnie. The two-tone dreads were already done in Predators. The Berserker Predator has black and red dreads. You motherfucker. I think you're right. Oh my god. I think you're right. Goddamn Predators. That's a blurry picture. Well, that picture doesn't have red in his hair. That's a toy, so they probably just didn't do it. Here's a Hot Toys. Why can I not see his hair on a thing? Yeah, here's a Hot Toys. He does have red in his hair. And red quills. Fucking hell. That's an awesome Hot Toys, man. Oh, I bet you that thing's way too expensive nowadays. But, oh, that's one sexy Hot Toy. Do I want more of that type of Predator? No, not at all. But, man, that would... Because to have the Predators from the movie is cool. But moving forward, I want more original-looking Predators. But that is a cool-looking Predator. Hot Toy figure. That's badass. Yeah, so, all right, never mind. Fuck. Well, I'll do orange then. Damn, I was so excited about that too. I should have known better. I know what the Predators look like from that. I don't think I've paid too much attention to Berserker though, but I should have known better. Diamond Select, ain't that a jewelry store? Well, obviously not. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that sucks though. I heard the new Bat suit is supposed to be inspired by the suit from Batman Damned. Oh, really? That has beautiful artwork. I love that artwork. Ermac is the best fight me. I wasn't looking for people to tell spoilers. What are you talking about? Perhaps I wouldn't word it correctly. I'm more so wondering if Kang has been able to keep it under wraps. I hear it's been pretty tame spoiler-wise, but some stuff still leaks out because it's more than just her. There's some people that deal with, I forget the name of it, but I heard of a leak that was from in a different country. They get it early to do to do something. I think it's to do the rating on it and to do the closed captions, if I remember right. It's something like that where they need to get it early to do something like that, and they were the ones leaking it. So it was Angela Kang can't stop that. That's way out of her reach. So for some stuff, it's impossible. You're not going to stop the leaks. Ron Don with the big schlong. I dislike you always. Do streams when I'm at work. Aw, T. Deanna lives on. Send me your work schedule, bank account, social security info, and I'll fix that. I swear, I'll correct that shit. Berserker Predator, worst pred design. Don't at me. I agree, but don't agree. I agree in the fact that when I watch that movie, I'm like, I don't want this Predator. But after the fact, as a Predator fan, I don't want them to do it anymore. But do I want that from that movie on my shelf? Yes. You know, I want all the Predator designs on my shelf. The Predators movie sucked. The big Predator looked fucking cool, though. You know what I mean? Do I want a movie with a big Predator again? No. Take it back. Take it down, son. You missed an important question, so I'll repost it. Did you hear that Disney is thinking about doing a PG-13 rated Predator show on Disney Plus? That shit ain't gonna cut it. I heard that was bullshit. I'll look it up, but I heard that was bullshit. That came out like 2 months ago. I heard some insider was supposedly leaked that was total bullshit. The truth is, and again, I don't know, I'm a little rusty. The truth is that I was told is they're going to put the Predator franchise under a different umbrella under Disney that shows rated R stuff. So it's just going to stay the Predator. Again, that's what I heard. Because that will kill the franchise. Can you give some advice on writing dialogue and how to make characters more interesting through dialogue? I don't know. I mean, in general, it's tricky to go with some of that advice because your story has to flow and it's got to stay relevant to the story. While doing dialogue, again, you're skirting that line between staying relevant but also giving them dialogue to sound realistic. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best thing you could do is always keep in your mind that you need to stay relevant within what's going on in the story, but your character, each time he talks, should be an example to highlight what that character is. Like, for example, the bad guy, the liar, the shyster, the this, the that. All those are examples for that. So you don't want to take someone who is, cold and calculate, or let's just say cold and mean and whatever, and you don't want to waste time adding, I don't know, clever dialogue or fun dialogue just because you need it incorporated into the story. You know what I'm saying? As far as, I wish you had a more honed in, like, I'm having a problem with this, specific thing, because in general, what would I say? Let me think. I want to give you something that's got some substance, something that'll stick. Advice on writing dialogue. Without getting too crazy, I think some of the best dialogue is a dialogue, or that's dialogue that will connect with the reader or the watcher. And picture meeting someone new for the first time in multiple different scenarios, but they break the ice. They knock those walls down, or maybe you're anxious or annoyed or whatever it was, and they ease you in to that mood. You know what I mean? I think the better example would be people who are nervous and shy, and they're not too good one-on-one, and they meet a new person for whatever reason, and the person is able to maneuver the conversation, break the ice, make the other person comfortable, and break them out of that. When you're doing dialogue, you're, especially for new characters, that's your secret weapon. That's what you're doing. With good or bad or shy or rough or tough or nice and sweet, that's what you're doing. Sinister, it doesn't matter. That's what you're doing with the dialogue. You're breaking it down for the reader. So it doesn't always have to be stiff and relevant exactly with what's going on, story-wise, plot-wise, and it doesn't always have to be playful and Marvel dialogue because the reader needs to read something that's that. But you need to get that character to be able to become accepted, loved, hated by the reader. And again, it's hard giving such general advice like that, because then you could hear that and be like, well, how the fuck do I do that? You know what I'm saying? Think about a little example in real life when you're meeting new people, because essentially characters, especially when you're first introduced to them, they are new people. What trips you off with Merle from The Walking Dead when you first meet him? He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's an asshole, you know what I mean? Go back and look at how he isn't connecting with the group. The group needs to stick together to survive. That's their main thing in the Walking Dead season 1 when Rick first meets up with that group. And you have this one guy who's gonna blow everything up for this group. He's apparently clearly not a part of that group. And they have him just a fun and a joy to watch because he's just a complete asshole. And then there's that relief and fun of watching Rick just stomp his ass at the same time, you know? Anyway, Ronnie, did you change it to live chat? I don't know know why the fuck it does that. It doesn't change anything, I don't think. I mean, last time it didn't change shit. I changed it to live chat and it didn't fucking budge, but we'll see. Monty, can you give some advice on... yes, we're still here. Yeah, the same chat is... I don't get it. Have you seen Hamilton, an American musical? No, I haven't. I actually got that Hot Toys Predator when I was a kid. I actually like the idea of different types of predators. It's realistic, just there are different types of dogs and cats. Again, here's where I'm like, yeah, no, it's yes, but if I had a movie of the Predator and it was all Berserker Predators and that's how they looked, I would be disappointed immediately. I don't care how good that movie is. Design-wise, there's just something so awesome about the OG Predator. And as different as the Berserker is, and he would look cool as a display. For a movie, he doesn't have that same cool factor for me as the original does, you know? Days Gone is one of my favorite games, but I wish they would add multiplayer. What did you think of the game? What are they still doing? Oh, I love the game. Game of the year for me. And I think they're still adding DLC, but I think they're working on part 2, so I don't think they're going to go too crazy with it. Yeah, Bone Tomahawk. Watch that shit. Do you think that the 2010s decade is the worst decade in terms of entertainment, especially movies, because of the full remakes and reboots and original ideas? No, I can't say it's the worst, just because I haven't even begun to compare it to other decades. We've gotten as much shit as we've gotten in the last 10 years. We've also gotten a lot of incredible stuff. So, man, I don't know. I mean, it's the decade's a million times better as a zombie fan having The Walking Dead. I mean, the decade before the 2010s didn't have The Walking Dead. So when I think about it, I can't say that just because of The Walking Dead alone. Before that, I was starving for a grounded and more realistic zombie show, movie. You know, we got that. So it can't, no matter what happens, it's not the worst for me. But I mean, it's always pretty bad because Hollywood is looking at things from a money standpoint without taking any passion into the mix in a really stupid way. That just doesn't make much sense. Star Wars, perfect example. They spent billions. Didn't they buy that for like $4 billion or some shit like that? You guys understand. They spent that much money and then they set up a trilogy of movies without an overarching plot, story, team. Do you understand how fucking ridiculous that is? That is insane. That is a move. That is only a move that people with so much money it doesn't even matter to them can make. You know what I'm saying? It's because if you took 100 people and it was their life savings and they bought that and they didn't have a penny to their name after, you bet your ass they would be doing everything in their power to make sure that it was proper. They had a whole story arc. When I heard that, I thought that was a joke. There's no way. There's no way that's true. And it was true. That's insane. I actually really enjoyed Predators. I know the comics did a continuation of story, but would have really liked a sequel film. I wouldn't have minded a sequel film. I just don't know how much more story there is other than adding more people to it and doing the same movie over again. You know what I mean, John? I'm game though, but I'm also game to just step away and let's just bring it back to its roots and do another Predator movie. But the Predator must win this time. He has to win. The end of the movie in some way needs to have the Predator, and we're rooting for the hero the whole time. He's got to hang the Human's skull trophy on the wall, and that's how the movie ends, with the Predator winning. He needs to win at least one. You can't keep making him get defeated time and time again and then us fear him in the next one. They gotta switch it up. I think I got a script that can do some shit, but I would need to rewrite the fuck out of that. It needs some work. But it depends. Do you want the home world, or do you want on Earth? I'm fine with the big Predator, just not like Predator. Like, say, if there's a 10-member Predator clan and one of the Predators is 8 feet tall instead of 7. I don't mind shit like that, not at all. He's just bigger than the rest of them. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's just with Berserker, they morphed his face to be, if you read behind the scenes, with, I forget what they said, but they modeled it after something. I forget what it was. But again, it takes so much of the design away from the original Predator, and that's the look that I think works the best. Very helpful. Thank you for the advice. I'm hoping it was helpful. It's hard doing general stuff, because when you're talking about it, you're thinking of so many different opportunities. Is it introduction? Is it good character, bad character? Is it just opening the character up for character development? Is it setting up the plot? Is it doing this and that? Again, the general advice is so damn hard, just because my brain isn't thinking of the easiest response, because then you're going to be like, well, that was pretty general. I'm trying to zone in and find something that's actually going to help, but it's tricky. You need to have, or it's easier to work off of this one specific problem as an issue I'm trying to break, you know? Like making a likable character would be zoning it easier on something that's, okay, how do we make a likable character? And one thing that would work, if you are trying to, anyone's trying to, is just beat their ass, you know, beat them down. Most people rally behind the underdog, so just make them the underdog. Boom, you did it. He's just bigger than the rest of them. Have you seen the movie Starry Eyes? I have that. I don't think I've seen it yet. I got it in a subscription box or something. What up, Ronnie Love from Peace from Arizona? Hope 2020 doesn't do shit. Keep watching The Walking Dead. Hell yeah, Neek 420. Hope you're hanging out and having a good one. I mean, a movie where most of the Predators are the normal Preds, but then have one or two super Preds in there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I wouldn't mind that. Do you consider Evil Dead a zombie? Well, if you're going to get... It depends, I think, to the fan. But those are deadites. I've never considered those zombies, but they're zombie-like would be fine. That was the first movie that freaked me out, man. That pencil getting jabbed into the girl's ankle fucked me up. Oh, such an epic movie, but are those zombies? Again, I think that'll come down to the fan. They're deadites in that world, and I would consider them different from zombie, me personally. But is it zombie-like? Is it in a similar? Is it like a cousin to zombies? I can see that argument, but I wouldn't be making that argument. A Netflix show called You? I never heard of it. Hybrid Predators? I don't know if I really put too much thought into it. I would be fine with different looks. I'm always up for that. I love having different NECA Predators. I love when they come out with different ones like that. So I think I'd be up for it. I think where I get hung up the most is, even though different looking ones are cool, I'm still always rooting to have one that looks more like the original. Even Predator 2, I dig that a lot too, but I see the differences, and again, I'm telling you, I don't think it works. I think they had it right with the first Predator. That design just works. It clicks. I don't know. And again, I like Predator 2 a lot, even the Predator, but his mask even, the difference is I don't think it holds that cool factor like the first one did. What's your opinion on Rob Zombie films? That's tricky. I think I enjoy the grit and the vibe and the environment and stuff like that. But for a lot of them, I think I struggle to get any substance from it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about philosophically changing my world, my beliefs. But by the end of it, I find it hard making that connection to giving a shit. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of like popcorn movies for the most part. I think the only ones where I ever thought he went overboard with doing something is Michael Myers. That felt weird, like it was trying too hard to be something else. I don't know. It's just strange. I don't understand a lot of decisions for that movie. Unlikable characters, friends that should have bonded after their grief instead of fighting. I think going over stuff like that, if you're into writing, I think those are perfect examples of what didn't work for the majority, because you got these two friends that have great potential behind their story and backstory, and you root, as fans, you root for them to get along and to be caring for them, for each other, and to help each other out. Because then no matter what happens, it's more emotional. But instead they yell and bicker and bitch at each other, and it's not pleasant, it's not fun, it's not enjoyable. Why he went those directions, I'll never know. Having them come together, it's still rough, there's still trauma there, but having them come together and deal with that trauma in a different way could have set it up down the line where he just ripped your guts out from what happens, but they just went a different, I don't know. I get that vibe a lot when I'm watching Rob Zombie movies. Ron Mann just watched The Phantom Menace, and it was a bore fest, like the battle between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan. Make reference, it's the worst of the saga. I don't know if it's the worst of the saga. I would have to say, I'd have to watch it again. I personally would vote for The Last Jedi as far as off the top of my head. And quite clearly, The Last Jedi is probably done visually better. I probably enjoy the visuals of that a lot better. There's characters in there I probably enjoy a lot better. But for what it does with the overall story, how it concludes Skywalker's story, it flatlines for me, puts it at the bottom. It was just stupid. It was just dumb. If they did season 5, should it continue with Clementine and AJ or a different character? I think you need to do it with AJ because Clementine's already, I don't know, unless they do something about that, but she's already missing a leg, so I don't know if they'd go that direction. Game for you to do ASMR. I'm not doing any ASMR. Jar Jar is so annoying. Yeah, he is annoying. I can't stand Jar Jar. I agree. The Predator needs to fucking win. I loved your video idea with the Predator breaks the dude's arm and then rips his head off out of nowhere. Ronnie, what was your reaction to... Oh, wait, real quick. You know what else, too? In my spec script, we have a Predator that has a white mask, and he's in the snow. It's in there for a certain scene, and that could even be a different type of Predator that... Because the other ones are in warmer climates. This could be a version that deals with the colder climates. Or it could just be one that is forced to deal with the colder climates, so he has different technology, but his stuff is white to camouflage better. And he would be really cool because he has something a little bit different. I'm holding that one in the back pocket, but I think that would be awesome. I painted... I'll show you pictures of it, but I stripped the Predator mask, and it was in all white. And I tell you what, the Predator mask in all white looks fucking bomb ass, yo. Here's the Predator mask in all white. And that's not even the original one. That's the one from Diamond Select that kind of has like a smaller eyes. You get what I'm saying? Different style to the mask. But yo, that mask looks banging in all white. Ronnie, what was your reaction to The Last of Us 2 being delayed to May? To be honest, I was fine with it. At first I was like, fuck, I was sad as shit, But then I thought about it, and it's probably for good reason. And money-wise, time-wise, I really benefit from having it delayed. You know what I'm saying? Because my pocket took a hit towards the end of 2019, and it's going to take me a few months in 2020 to build that back up. I heard Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects was a pretty good horror movie. For me, they're all the same. I mean, I think the worst is something called 31. I was actually angry by the time I ended that movie. I was mad. I was literally furious that I wasted my time. One day I'll go over that movie and show you why, but I fucking hated it. iZombie is the worst zombie show ever. Glad I only had to do an assignment about it and it's over with. I won't watch that. That looked dumb, you know? I finally got to see Train to Busan, excellent film. Then I saw Your Flaws in Oz, spot on, brother. Awesome, Tiffany. I'm glad you had a chance to check that out. I hear so many people say, yo, I checked out Train to Busan and Bone Tomahawk and I fucking loved it, you know? So if anyone's out there and you haven't checked it out, watch them. They're worth it. They're great movies. And then check out The Flaws in Oz. I need all the help I can get for the movie Flaws in Oz. The Walking Dead ones are going through the roof with the stats, but the movie Flaws in Oz, because everyone jumps on Walking Dead and doesn't watch them, it's actually showing the YouTube algorithm that it's not promoting it. It's not putting it in recommended, nowhere near as much. So it helps if you guys can give those a watch to help just boost the stats. And once we're up and running, I don't need to ask for that kind of help anymore. I'm watching Joker in 2 days. Any thoughts before watching? Nah, just watch and enjoy. Just watch and enjoy. It's good. I've watched the movie like 7 times. I own it on digital. You can buy it physical in 2 days, but you can watch it right now if you buy it digitally. And again, I did that just because I'm doing a Flaws in Oz for Joker. And I needed to get a head start on that. So I love it even more. There's shit in it that, and again, it's don't let people overhype it, because you're not gonna watch it and be like, oh, shit's happening, it's crazy. No, it's gonna be small, slow. It's gonna just, sink its hooks in. But when you think about it after, it's oh man, it's awesome. Hey man, what's your opinion about the Return of the Living Dead 1985? Will you do Flaws in Oz? Yes, I will. I enjoy that movie. But I will do Flaws in Oz on that. That's on the list. You think Zombies Halloween is bad? Try getting through the sequel. Goddamn, that movie is a cringe against humanity. It's so bad. The sequel to Rob Zombies, that's the one I was talking about when I said I don't know what he was thinking when he put that together, man. I don't know. Have you ever seen Never Hike Alone, Friday the 13th fan film? Yeah, I've seen that. I saw that years ago. That's a tricky one because I seen it and I was like, all right, yeah, whatever, it's good. For a fan film, I'm like, yeah, that's cool as shit, because we're not getting new Friday the 13th content. So for a fan film, I'm like, yeah, that's cool shit. But then you get bombarded, and I get it though, because it's independent. You want them to do good, so you go and hype it up, and I think that is great, because if I ever do something that is Predator wise or this wise, people that love it, I would want them to go nuts for it. But when you hear from fellow Friday the 13th fans, I've been hearing about that fucking thing for 2 years, every other day, bro. Never Hike Alone, never. And it's like, yeah, I know. At this point, it's kind of like, okay, guys, but yeah, I think they're doing another one too, in the snow, which is I'm a little jealous over, because that's something that I would love to fucking do. You know what I mean? I want to watch it though. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I think the thing with me is I think I get a little more reserved and skeptical when it comes to certain things, because it's like, I don't know. Is this something that it's gonna turn into something, or is this just a little hustle or a con? I don't know, but that looks pretty solid, I will say. Have you ever seen? Wait. you retracted your message, bro? You've ever seen Pan's Labyrinth? I watched that a long time ago. Finally got a chance to watch it recently and loved it. I've been thinking more and more of watching that because I saw that when I was like 6 or 7, and I only seen it the once, or maybe like 8. I don't know. And I remember parts of it. If I remember right, is there like a stairway that goes all the way up or some shit like that? I remember parts of it. And lately I'm like, yo, I'm trying to remember what the story was even about, and I'm like, yo, I don't even remember much. I need to watch that again because that'd be fun. It's, call back to old movie, something that's when I was a kid. I'm gonna have to check it out again. Gabe Vincent with a $10 love tap. Nut tap. Have you watched Witcher? It only has 8 episodes. Really good. No, I haven't. I will probably watch that before I watch. What is the Mandalorian? Just because I'm not getting Disney Plus, not yet. I was even thinking I might just buy the Blu-ray if Disney hurries up and throws it on a Blu-ray. I just might buy that. You know what I mean? So I might end up, I don't know about watching all of it, but I might end up trying an episode of Witcher and maybe jumping over and watching an episode of Vikings or two. So I'll mention that. But like I said before, I've seen a few episodes of Vikings. It's something I'll eventually watch, but I'm in no rush to binge the series. I already know that. But I do know that there's definitely stuff in there that I will like. You see more people parachuting at the end of Predators. I could have seen, instead of zombie survival and rebuilding civilization, Predator survival, introduce other cool alien species. I don't know. I don't think the people involved, though, are down to work on another one. But at this point, I'll take anything Predator that's good. Like anything. So it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Love your channel. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Top 3 most... Thank you very much, first off. Most important characters of a zombie movie. Jeez. I don't know how to answer that. Like, is it most important... I don't know. Is it most important... how do I say that? Like characters and how it affected pop culture. Most important, like characters and what they did for their story. Or do you mean like just my top 3 favorite? No, if you meant that, you would have asked that. I'm not really sure what specifically you mean. When it comes to which 3 are the most important? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading that wrong. Maybe I need to put my glasses on. Top 3 most important characteristics of a movie zombie. Wow. We're gonna go with classic zombie. No 28 days later, no infected, because I can't answer that if we go with zombie that's anything from, zombie like. So we're gonna go with classic Romero zombies. No eating brains, no brains, because that's all Return of the Living Dead. Top 3 most important characteristics of a movie zombie. A classic movie zombie would be slow moving, eating flesh, obviously. I want to say the eyes, but let me think if there's something better. Yeah, I think slow moving it has to be. Eating, obviously. The eyes is a small thing, but I'm going to go with they have to be dead, right? For the classic. Three more most important characteristics of a movie zombie right there. Yo, Ronnie, when do you think you'll get to Flaws and Aws for The Thing and Alien? I'm really looking forward to those. Those, I don't know, to be honest. Movie Flaws and Aws, I've talked about this before. They're doing so bad on the channel, I have 2 choices. I can either just say fuck it and go to another channel and just do them there, or and behind the scenes, in order to get that to make sense, I've said it a million times why. I'm not going to repeat it here, but it has something to do with The Walking Dead and what people watch on this channel. It's primarily The Walking Dead. But either move it there, or I got to do after this newest Flaws and Awes, because this is not zombie related. But I'm going to have to jump into zombie related Flaws and Awes and at least build it up from there, and then sprinkle in some side stuff, some sci-fi and yada yada yada. Because even though Bone Tomahawk is an incredible movie, Train to Busan was a zombie one, and that barely broke 5K, I think, in views. So I'm not sure, but I got to do something because I need to get it. I need to get it up or move it to a new channel. So I'm trying to, in 2020, I'm really trying to see which one I'll do, because if they just keep getting buried in the algorithm, it doesn't make sense to just continue posting them here. So we'll see. Before I work on something like The Thing, or Alien, The Thing is especially, because that's one of my all-time favorite movies. Before diving into something like that, I'm gonna have to know if we're sticking on this channel with it, or if I'm just gonna go to Tally and build up a new channel with it. Now, right now, we're kind of doing both, and in a way, I'm using that other channel to test analytics and stuff. So, for how many days did you use Windows 8? I have no idea, brother. I have no idea. A Doomsday Kingdom fan. Thanks, 7-1. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Random question. Has AMC ever got you to watch any of their shows? They try to cram down your throat through The Walking Dead. No. Anything that they really promote, like a Psycho, I automatically don't watch it out of spite. And it's not like, I'm not watching that out of you. It's literally like, well, whatever then. And I just don't bother with it. I've checked out Preacher, though. One day I'll go back and finish it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else. The Terror was one that a friend of mine told me it is good, and I want to check it out. The season 1 of The Terror. So that's something I'm going to check out on my own, but I haven't watched anything other than that, What did you think of the aliens being created by an android in Covenant? I thought that was awful, ruined the coolness of the aliens. I hated that. I was even iffy about the engineers creating the aliens as bioweapons. And then I was thinking, like, you know what else were you going to do? There's different options, sure, but it's tricky. What else are you going to do? I like that idea now that I think, should it be a friggin'... Wait... How does that work? Oh, it comes before... Yeah, it comes before Alien. That was terrible. That and the flute scene. I mean, go finger yourself, you fucking reject. That's crazy. Any tips for a teen father? Good luck. No, just do it. That's all you got to do. That's the only tip I got. I mean, that's, again, I don't know your situation. I don't know what's what, but the best tip I could say, especially if you're father to, is it a new kid? Well, yeah, if you're a teen father, it have to be a newer kid, is it definitely gets easier and harder in a different way, but it's a lot easier. Like when you got a baby, 4 years, the first 4 years is probably like the most rough when it comes to, you always got to be on the go and everything's dirty and you always got shit going on, because you got a little life that's dependent on you, solely dependent. So just make it through the first 4 years and you'll be cruising. Pan's Labyrinth came out in 2006. What the fuck am I thinking of? Oh, I'm confusing it with Labyrinth. The David Bowie movie. Labyrinth movie. Yeah, Labyrinth movie. Let me see. Yeah, Labyrinth, 1986. Okay, now what the fuck is Pan's Labyrinth? All right. Oh, fuck. No. I've never. Wait, no, that has Pan's Labyrinth has that creature I'm thinking of. I'd check that out. Why was I thinking that? Oh, Guillermo del Toro. I'd probably watch that. Yeah, I'd probably watch that. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. I was mixing up Labyrinth and Pan's Labyrinth. Even when it came to the NECA figures, when the NECA figures were coming out with, because McFarlane Toys did Labyrinth and then NECA did Pan's Labyrinth, and I just combined them together. I didn't. It was something I just glanced at. I did that with the figures too. The guy with the hands in his, the eyes in his hands. I was just like, yeah, that's. And then that goat monster thing. Now that I think about it, now I knew it wasn't the same movie, but my brain literally connected those two movies. I would watch that. I have no idea what it's about though, but I'd check it out. Uh, 28 Days Later wasn't zombie rage virus. I'm not sure who you're talking to there, but some people count them as zombie in the zombie family. I got to be careful because when it comes to like, yeah, I agree. 28 Day Later ones, they're not zombies, but when it comes to categorizing them, that movie's in my zombie movie collection. Like it's my it's in with the zombie movies, but it's like a cousin to them, you know. My issue with slow zombies is I don't believe they would overrun the military. Yeah, I understand that. They're in Doomsday Kingdom. That's something that I made sure I had plotted out, and we'll actually eventually get to see how it collapsed instead of just assuming, oh, the military was taken over. See, in stuff like The Walking Dead, it makes it seem like it was so instant. It was military personnel all around turning on each other, not just simply um, shit hits the fan and the military goes out. I mean, it's them as well. In their bunkers, in their quarters, wherever they're located, in the schools or here and there, they're dying and turning and attacking and dying and turning and attacking. So it's not like the military's in this building. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. Shit pops off and then the military goes out to fight the zombies. The military turn as well inside when shit's popping off. So that's how I kind of view them, when I'm thinking about how it broke apart. But they don't show us specifically, so it could be anything. But in Doomsday Kingdom, there's a purpose for it too. How's Dallas doing? He just brought his gun over a little while ago, and he's doing just fine. He's got a lot of work hours though, so that's why he's not doing his YouTube channel at the moment. He's going to be doing more eventually, but not right now. Do you remember? And yeah, I took him off the front of my page because he's not doing YouTube right now. But if he's back to YouTube, I'll throw him back on. I just don't want to send people to a channel that's not posting. So, because I think Aaron P was asking. You need more views on Flaws and Oz on Telly Tally. Well, Telly Tally, I don't mind on. I don't need help with that. Telly Tally's, it's slow, but it's growing just fine. And I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not promoting it. I'm just uploading some videos. And again, the growth is extremely slow, but It is absolutely fine. I don't need any help with that at all. It's movie flaws and all is on Megapath Presents that needs help because YouTube is not promoting it, and it strictly comes to the analytics. No one's clicking on them, so YouTube is like, well, I'm sorry. No, it's not like no one is clicking on them. It's just when I post a Walking Dead one, everyone clicks on it. But then when I post a movie flaws and Oz, it's like it struggles to get 300, 500 views. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it'll slowly, but it's telling YouTube not to promote it. And I know that because on my back end, YouTube sends me the things. You can go to your dashboard and it'll say this video is not doing whatever you did. Don't do it again because this video is not doing well. Anyway, the engineers were supposed to be the ones to create the alien, but then Scott changed his mind all of a sudden and thought that David creating them was an awesome idea. I disagree with him. I think the engineers would have been a lot better. What if helicopters that Shane and Laurie saw back in season 2 that bombed Atlanta are connected to the CRM and Rick Grimes movies? That would be interesting. Any thoughts? I know people love connecting stuff, but I hate shit like that. It was a military thing. It was the military. They bombed it. Like, it makes sense. If it's the CRM, now it's like, oh, why? And now they got to connect it. They got to go out of their way to show you that was the helicopter. And my whole thing is, other than us being like, oh my God, that was the helicopter, what does it do story-wise? You know what I mean? Now, if it was something that was set up from the beginning, because I have some stuff in Doomsday Kingdom that I set the seeds early on, and you're not going to find out until issue like 40 when it comes to certain stuff. When it's planned and it has a purpose and it's there, but just taking old stuff and, you know, connecting it after the fact, I don't get any enjoyment out of that. So I would have to say, me personally, no. I want the CRM to just be the CRM because then it takes away from the military doing what they did there. Unless you say that they are the military that was left over, then it's like, all right. I still don't understand how they would connect it though. Remember, if you want to ask me something, at Megapath Presents, it'll highlight it in orange, or you can use the super chat feature. Do you remember Trilogy of Terror, 1975? Did you think it was comical? That doll, though, it was pretty scary at the time. Trilogy of Terror. I don't. That does not sound familiar. I mean, it sounds. The title sounds a little familiar, but Trilogy of Terror. But I loved older movies. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Trilogy of Terror. Images. I don't think I watched that. This little guy looks familiar. Wild Realm. I think this one slipped by me. I don't think I've seen this. This little guy, this little Wayne looking motherfucker. It was on a meme. Yeah, this little guy looks whacked out, but I think that one slipped right by me. Oh, you guys can't see this guy. I think that horror movie just slipped right by. I'll have to go back and check it out though. Yeah, parenting is not fun. It's rewarding at times, but it's not fun. I'll tell you that. Disney Star Wars trilogy ruined the whole Skywalker saga. It should have existed as its own separate universe. Agree or disagree? I agree to the first part. I think they could have easily done a great conclusion to the saga without pulling the stupid Luke running away crap and the stupid Palpatine crap. Just dumb. Any Doomsday Kingdom updates coming anytime soon? Soon. Let's get through January a little bit. The artist had to do a huge move, and there was holidays and all that coming up. So soon we're gonna buckle down and get started with the end of the volume 1, because here's the thing. Well, we already started, but I mean, get back into it, set it all up, because we're going to be opening the Indiegogo when the issue is halfway completed. And at that point, it's really important to make sure we have exactly what we're going to get made, done and raring and ready to go. And we have all the estimates. What am I thinking of? Because we're going to be doing the very first volume, not just the last issue. We're going to be doing the very first full volume containing all 5 issues, which is exciting. I can't wait. But have you seen Martin Scorsese's movies that inspired the Joker? Yes, I grew up watching Taxi Driver when I was younger. The King of Comedy I saw again when I was like 12, but that's not one I watched when I got older. Taxi Driver was, though. I liked Robert De Niro in that. I know he's in King of Comedy, but I just didn't find it interesting to rewatch. It is something now that I'm a little older. I do have an interest to go back and check it out, but do you know that Scorsese was offered to direct Joker? What are your thoughts? Well, I think I got pretty standard average thoughts. I mean, they were just regular movies. Just because they spawned the Joker, I don't have any greater attachment to them. I still enjoy them the same. As far as Scorsese directing the Joker, I would have been really interested in that, but we got something amazing, so I'm glad it worked out the way it did. You know what I mean? Ridley Scott also said he wanted to focus more on the androids and less on the aliens in the Aliens movie. I think that's retarded. It's called Aliens for a reason. That all sounds stupid. Are you sure that's all right? That all sounds terrible. I don't know why Hollywood does shit like that. Hollywood in general, if you notice, they make similar mistakes. They're like, hey, let's make this movie, but let's take out this. And it's like, that's why people are so drawn to it, bro. Like, I'm drawn to Aliens. I know the characters you eventually come to love, but numero uno, I'm drawn there for the aliens. You know what I mean? Once we see the world, open it up, but stay true to that. Open it up around that. Yeah, Diego, I agree the same. Anyway, when zombie movies incorporate the military into the story, almost always it is definitely poorly done, and it's the generic type. That's something that I do keep in the back of my mind. I know even early on we meet someone in the military, and I know it's too easy to just make them demanding because it's during an evacuation. So they are supposed to be yo, we got to go. It's a mandatory evacuation. But I purposefully thought of making a character who we would like, who is a good person. He's in the military. I don't want to make this whole generic military because they always screw that up. So the dude is like, listen, man, I'm recording this. I got supervisors. It's a mandatory evac. I mean, listen, work with me, please, because I'm here to help. You know what I mean? My country, my people. I'm here to help you guys. If things get pushed, I gotta take you in by force. Please don't make me. So I decided to change it up and keep it to where it was on the flip side of what we normally get. Later on down the line, though, there's a more complicated aspect to the military and what's going on. And I think I did circumvent around some of the generic tropes when it comes to the military. And it's one of the more exciting scenes because or for me at least, because it happens in a containment camp. It's like concentration camps. People get evacuated and they go to the concentration camps, and there's a certain scene that happens, and I fucking love it, and I can't wait till we get there. But I tried to reroute it so it wasn't, because we always get like the generic military bad type shit. So I hope I did a good enough job with it, but we do have to have some conflict because of what type of story is unfolding. Have you ever thought about just selling out and only making content that will gain views? Yeah, I've thought about it. Let's be real. I absolutely thought about it. I did for a minute there. I was just gonna say fuck it and just focus on only in whatever. In a way, I did kind of trim that because before I did enjoy looking at collectibles. One big thing though, and I got to be clear, in a selfish way, a big incentive was because I wanted to make my own merchandise for my own comics and my own characters, you know? I was interested in the figure community, the statue community. I'm still interested. How do they make statues? How do they do custom statues? Because you can do it yourself. You don't need these big corporations. If you build up enough following, you can have your own stuff released. Anyway, but I noticed they'll get views throughout the year, but it's so small. And if you're not doing figure and collectible reviews every other day, you're not going to grow in that aspect because they want to subscribe for that. They don't want to subscribe for whenever you get around to doing something. So I did trim that in a way because it just, it just wasn't fitting. But I did also think of what could work, and Mr. Beast I think is a perfect example. I was having a discussion with my brother and my cousins about if I was to just do shit to get popular, what would be the thing to do? And I told them straight up. They were talking about different things, just dicking around. And I told them straight up, it sounds bad, but in a way, doing stupid shit that is going to get clicks, like doing the 24-hour, I forget what it was, but it was an example of, and Mr. Beast ended up doing it. That's what he did before he was just giving out money. It was like reading the dictionary or reading out the longest word in the world, doing shit like that and other shit. There was a whole bunch of other ideas, but it was a lot of ideas because you're going to get the clicks. People are going to be sharing it because it's ridiculous. You need the ridiculous factor. You need this person's really doing this, and that odd curiosity. That's another thing that gets people to click, because even when it sounds stupid, it's like, wait a minute, he's going to read that for 10 hours? He's got to stop. I'm looking for edits. He has to edit. It's shit like that, man. There's another part of me, though, that's like, you can do, like Mr. Beast right now, he can start his own production company. He's made so much money off of, and I like the guy. I like the guy. I think he's fine. But he's made so much money off of doing nonsense shit, It's like going out and getting a loan, getting $5,000, making a video and being like, yo, I'm giving away I'm giving away $1,000, and then get the ad revenue back off of those, and then getting another $10,000 and just doing it. I don't know. It's like, once you get it to a certain point, I think he could really just say, fuck it, and do something that he's passionate about, unless he's passionate about what he's doing. And I have thought about that. Just sell out for a few years, like 2-3 years, build something, and then just say, all right, well, we're going to make our own production company. I thought, because at the end, as long as you're getting there, who gives a fuck how you get there? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you're selling your ass or selling out. Just get there, I'd rather do that than win the lottery. Winning the lottery sounds fucking awesome. I've thought about it too, but imagine that. Imagine getting set up and for life, millions of dollars. I'm starting a production company, and in the back of my mind, there's nothing special about me that got me here. I just luckily scratched off a lotto ticket. That thought bothers me. So, I don't know. I couldn't handle that, I don't think. I don't think I could handle that. That would bother me too much. Do you think in The Walking Dead what? Toys come to life and murder? That guy who showed on the screen, toy soldiers, what? No, never mind. Wait, Ashley Miller, what are you talking about? Do you think in The Walking Dead Oh, here we go. Do you think in The Walking Dead there's an elite group of people bunkered up somewhere? I do. And have never seen what's on the outside since it all started. Perhaps it will be something like that. Here's the thing. I do think there's people bunkered, but after this point in time, I think they came out. I would actually get annoyed if there was someone bunkered for 7 years and they're just experiencing it, because I'm getting a little sick of meeting inexperienced people and having our group so experienced. We've gotten there time and time again, and it's just not interesting. Same with the World Beyond, the Walking Dead show number 3. I don't give a fuck about these kids who are in their safe community and now they're in the real world. It's just like a way to start over without starting over, and I think it's cheap and lazy, and I struggle to find interest in that. You know what I mean? Trilogy of Terror, Spin Suggestion, is available on Amazon Prime right now. I have Amazon Prime. I'll throw it in my watch list. Have you seen the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners video game trailer? Looks pretty good. I've seen the trailer. I'm not sold on it. However, I did see the newer one, and if it is smooth, I'm not blown away with how it looks, but if it's smooth with what you do, I would love to give it a try. I'm not buying a VR set, though, just for that game, so I'm not playing it anytime soon. What would you like to see or predict to see in Ozark Season 3 coming? Oh, I have no predictions, I'll be honest. Coming out soon on Netflix. Any major likes or dislikes about the series? I can't even tell you. I really like Season 1. Season 2 felt like a bit of a drag, but I remember really liking it. But I think one problem with Season 2 is I can't remember a damn thing about it. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. So in a way, it was pretty forgettable. You know what I'm saying? But I remember liking it. Anyway. Have you seen the new Grunge movie? I heard it's I'm not seeing that. That looks terrible. I really like the Joker, but for me there was a major flaw towards the end involving spoon-feeding information. I don't want to say because of spoilers. Well, that's rough because I'm not going to know what you mean. Just put spoilers in capital and then say it. I won't read it out. That'll work. Because I think the end is when he's all done with his shit is genius, because there's like multiple different symbolic, meanings behind that. I fucking love a lot of it. Wait, wasn't Ken Jeong supposed to make a cameo in The Walking Dead as Glenn's brother? What happened to that? I don't have any idea what you're talking about, I don't think. Do you feel the introduction of that's the princess signifies the rushed end of the show, just like they did with Game of Thrones? No, I don't think so. It doesn't just because the comic ended, it doesn't have to end. It doesn't have to. Game of Thrones has an end they're working up to. The Walking Dead literally just said, even though it has an ending, the comic literally just said, all right, we're done now. They don't have to stick with that. They could, sure, but they don't have to. So no, I don't think it's a rush to the ending, because again, I don't feel they need to end there. When we were under martial law post Katrina, the military was awesome. They'd drive down on the street in their Humvees, waving as they got their hands on the rifle. I appreciated them. I felt safe. See what I mean? Different perspective, right? That must have been wild as shit, though. It's true. Ronnie Ridley Scott said it all in an interview. He said he wanted to make the David the main villain instead of the aliens too. Fuck him. I don't understand how you get, and I think this is it old age? Because I don't understand how you are involved with something so early on, and you've lived with it your whole life, and you come out with such a warped view of what it was. I don't understand that at all. Did you notice that Alien, Predator, and Terminator were all ruined consecutively year after year? 2017 Alien. Oh, 2018 Predator, 2019 Terminator. Ouch. The winning lottery is like finding money. Yeah, I mean it is. Well, here's the thing, Brando. I would absolutely take it. I'm just being real, though. It would fuck with my head. If I won $5 million tomorrow on the lottery, I would take it, and then I would start production company or screenplay, whatever the fuck it is I wanted to do passion wise, it would be the production company. We'd be making our own shit, but or maybe even going out to LA and selling some scripts and shit. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Putting in some money into the channel and actually doing this without having to worry about the monetization or whatever. The thing though is it would always eat at me. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people who are there somewhere in the business, and it has nothing to do with their talent. Everyone can write a movie, can do something. Everyone has a little bit of talent. It has to do with who's around in that certain situation. If you got people around, you're likely going to pick so-and-so because, that's the son of someone that you knew. Like, there's people that you know in the industry and then through the networking. So same thing with winning the lottery. If I just started my company and I'm going and networking, how much of that is really, my talent versus someone who actually came up because other people were like, nah, man, you got some bomb ass talent, come on up, we want to work with you, whoop de whoop. I would take it, but it would just bother me. I would love bunker people for that very reason. Laugh out loud. What, to annoy me? Is that what you're trying to say? Did you notice that alien? Okay, I read that one. Have you ever checked out the Brave Wilderness channel? He gets bit and stung by the most dangerous things like tarantula. I saw some dude getting stung by something. One of my cousins showed me. It's probably the same guy. Oh no, I don't know anyone that lost a dog recently in North Carolina or Rocky Mount. No. Nashville area. Nope. No one I know. Thank you very much, MC Chino. I think instead of trying to be more like Marvel, DC should stick to movies more like Joker, then gradually make their way up to bigger stuff. Well, see, here's the thing is they can have their cake and eat it too. They can do a little bit of both. They can take certain stuff that's a little lighter and put the Marvel spin on it. But Batman and Superman and other stuff like that, it just has a darker vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Like Batman with Michael Keaton, even comparing it nowadays, it's not, the darkest thing in the world, but it was still grounded. And again, as a kid, I went nuts. I didn't go into Batman as like an 8-year-old boy going, oh, this is too grown up. I was through the roof. This was something I was interested in, and it wasn't made for whiny little kids. Like this was that was great. Same thing for Star Wars, and that's why I firmly believe toys ruined Star Wars. Before the prequels, you had scenes that had symbolism to it that you didn't understand as a kid, not even close. But it was that curiosity, it was that level of challenging how you understood those scenes and what they meant to you as a kid that you were connected to. And then as George Lucas got older, he just got lost in thinking of Star Wars and kids, and he thought of babies instead of actual kids that were kids, but they could, take things in and actually comprehend a portion of it without having something that like Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is, I don't want to say solely responsible for ruining Phantom Menace, but he's up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he's a byproduct of George just misgrouping the type of kids he was going for. He's thinking kids, and he made something for babies. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I grew up as a kid watching Star Wars going nuts, and the Phantom Menace is made for babies, the prequels, most of them, first two, I think, mainly. But yeah, Batman should, they could do something amazing if they did it dark. What's your clicker on the computer? Paintbrush Oh, it's Freddy Krueger. Ridley also said they canceled Aliens 5 because there was no script for it, which is bullshit because James Cameron said he looked at the script and said he liked what he saw. Well, I think he's just, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Apparently he just fucked it all up, Is Robert Pattinson going to be good in Batman? And are you okay with a black Catwoman? I've been through this already. I don't think I care about changing the gender on Catwoman. I'll think about it more, but I don't think I care. With Batman, though, I think Robert Pattinson could do good. I think visually, I don't see much that throws me off. He needs to bulk up. He's probably done that already, though. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know him as an actor. I never watched Twilight. I wasn't into Twilight. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm rooting for him because I love Batman. I want a good Batman movie, so I hope he does good. Make a Path Presents. Did you see the trailer for A Quiet Place 2? Yes, I saw the trailer. Yes, it looks like it's happening immediately after part 1. And I am so confused because the kids look different, and maybe that's because I haven't watched it. I would assume they aged a little, which would make them look really different because kids age a lot. But they show the outbreak, and it looked like it was Dustin from Stranger Things and not her son. And that gets me all types of confused because they skipped years in the first one. So wouldn't their kids be younger? I mean, maybe that was the little kid and it was the daughter in the front, but she was... I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? All I know is I liked it. I want to see it. I'm interested. It looks great. I think it's going to be a bit hit or miss because of the kids age so much when you marathon them. But as far as them forgetting, I don't think they did because in the one scene, it looked like they were showcasing a portable sound thing. I could have been just assuming that, though, because she also said she wants to help people, and I'm pretty sure she's venturing out to show them how to defeat the monsters. That's what I got from it. So to me, it didn't look like they fucked up. Yeah, Baby Yoda's cute as hell. Plus, if you look at Ridley Scott, the interview, he can barely talk. He literally sounds shit-faced. My back is cramping up. That's why I'm moving around like a jerk face. Shit-faced or on drugs. Maybe he makes these decisions because he's always drunk. I have no idea, but he lost it. You have Jar Jar all wrong. Don't say he's the ultimate Sith. You're so underrated, bro. Thank you very much, Justin. Underrated by everyone who's not watching, Robert. Stop being a cola. James Cameron does James Cameron. Yeah. Best games? I don't know what you mean. Like, of all time, we'd be here forever, brother. You know what I'm saying? What was that one I really liked on PlayStation 1? It was a mobile game before there was mobile games. Like an addicting mobile. It was that type of game. It was called Intelligent Cube. Look it up. Fantastic game. Simple. It was like the modern day Tetris back in the day, but underrated. Last of Us, I don't know. Last of Us, Days Gone, shit like that. Best games, I probably have 100 I could put on the list. They already had a black Catwoman, Halle Berry. Yeah, they had one, Halle Berry, and then Matt Member showed, I forgot her name, but back in the 60s. So there's already been 2. I'm pretty sure there's been one in the comic. I would imagine there would have to have been. At least I thought there was. Pretty sure it's a prequel. No. Let me be careful here. A Quiet Place 2 is not a prequel, but there is a flashback. The beginning of the trailer flashes back. However, they clearly show her wound, her brand new baby, and her 2 kids after the events of part 1, and that was through the majority of the trailer. So that, yes, there's flashbacks to when it all happened, but I do not believe the movie's a prequel as a whole. It could touch back to the beginning, but I don't think it does a whole lot. Robert Pattinson was in Harry Potter flicks in 2006. I never watched those. They already had a Black Catwoman, Halle Berry. Yeah, we already know that. Ronnie, if you eat popcorn, you enjoy eating a busted nut. Well, I don't like popcorn, but I don't like busted nuts either. I'm desperately trying to quit smoking. I have to, want to, but it's so hard. Any advice? I don't have any advice. It's fucking hard. I would say the best thing to do is print out like black lungs or some shit like that, like damaged lungs from smoking, and tape that shit onto your... I had a friend that did that, swear to God. He printed out something like that. What was it for? Something like that. And he put it on his cigarette packs, and it stopped him from pulling out, from chain smoking, and then eventually he quit. And then he died from a drunk driver. Life is ironic. I'm desperately trying to quit smoking. Cillian Murphy is on the movie. Is that how you say that name? Cillian Murphy. Yeah, I know. I saw him. I do enjoy him as an actor, so that'll be cool. Do you like the prequels more than the sequels in Star Wars? No. I don't know if it's because I was a kid when they came out. All the stupid shit doesn't register to me yet. I like the OG movies. I'm looking forward to Quiet Place 2, but the first one was overrated in my opinion. I don't think it was overrated. I didn't get too many people hyping it up for me. Would you be hyped for a new Dino Crisis game? I couldn't. I don't care. I wasn't big on the original. Best games of 2019? Days Gone, homie. Days Gone. Have you seen The Lost in Space? I would love to give you a better answer, but I didn't play many. I played Days Gone. As far as new games, I didn't play God of War. I didn't play any Tomb Raiders. What were there? I played Metro. Bro, I might have played like 5 new games this year. I played World War Z. I'm the worst person when it comes to that. Days Gone is my pick. I didn't play Death Stranding. I didn't play God of War. Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. Didn't that come out this year? That would be up there with the best games of 2019 if that came out this year. What's your favorite superhero movie? Superhero? I'm not counting Joker as a superhero. What's my favorite superhero movie? Is Batman a superhero? I mean, he would have to be if it's Batman and Superman. But Batman alone, yeah, he's got to be a superhero by that standard. Because there's nothing super about him other than his toys. My favorite would be Batman Returns. Yes, I know The Dark Knight should have been my pick because I love that equally. But I think they're a tie. But Batman Returns just is a nudge over it with charm. I think the story and the plot and how it was put together is better. But there's just a level of charm to the Batman Returns that gets lost in most of the other superhero movies. Yes, I thought Infinity War was great. Endgame was even great too, but Marvel movies for me, they lack a lot of substance. They don't lack substance. They lack a lot of weight. It's fun. It's, I friggin' loved it in the theaters. When I walked out, I was like, wow, great. I don't know though. They just lack some weight. But as far as being well done, I give them credit for that. There's a new series called Dracula on Netflix. Check it out. I don't know about that. Everyone I know didn't like it. I'll check it out eventually. You know what I mean? But I'm not sure. Do you think the Fear the Walking Dead Rick movies, and possibly World Beyond is all part of one massive story that will conclude with a final Rick movie? No, I do not. I do think they are all connecting. We've already been told that already, but as far as one Rick movie, no. This is not something that AMC is going to just end. This is something they want to keep going. So As a matter of fact, we had that article. I wanted to see what that was about. But yeah, this is something that they're gonna keep going. They're not just gonna end it on his Rick movie. They used to have favor and sit down a few weeks for God of War. I can't do it anytime soon. I don't have the time. I know I'm gonna get to it, but it's not gonna be anytime soon. But it is on the list. My brother owns it. I'm gonna borrow it and get it done. Yeah, Christine, the vapes helped me quit smoking. That's what I used, you know. And yeah, they're getting a bad rap. That's tricky though because it's from what I heard on the news, it's the THC vapes. I don't know though. I don't fucking know. Because a lot of this stuff is backed by the tobacco companies. They're financing, stuff to say the vapes to get them banned so that way they make more money. So in a way it's kind of fucked up, but yeah, I'm sure some of them I'm sure everything's bad for you, but it's like pick your poison. All I know is I was a smoker, and then I tested out vapes, tried to see if that would help me quit smoking, and my lungs and my breathing and everything went fucking. I don't know. There's a change. I felt a change. It was absolutely changed. It felt heavy, and then afterwards they lightened right up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Give it a shot though. Who do you think would win in a fight? Or Iron Man? I would say Christian Bale, Batman. Well, no, Iron Man. He'd probably win based off of how they have him moving and fighting in Marvel. It would look stupid if Batman won, unless he like sabotaged his suit. Excuse me, beforehand. I have Spider-Man on the PS4. I played it on this channel or my personal channel, and I enjoy moving around. I think it looks great, plays great. I don't know. It just didn't grip me. I just didn't care to play it anymore. If I was if I had more free time, I would have finished it though. It's not like I hated it. It's just there's certain games like with my schedule the way it is, there's certain games where it's gotta sink its hooks in, and I mean deep. And Spider-Man was fun, but it just didn't sink its hooks in. I didn't care about Peter. I didn't care about the world. I didn't play it. I only played it a few hours though, so I probably didn't have enough time to build up much care for it. But I don't know. Uh, why do you say that, Fallen Angel? Anyway, the Walking Dead universe has lots of stories left to tell entering into the second decade, says AMC Network's programming president Sarah Barnett, who adds future entries into the expanding franchise must be creatively exceptional. AMC in 2020 will air an unprecedented 42 Sundays of zombie programming premieres. What? Okay, yeah. The Mothership series, now midway through its 10th season, will premiere the back half of season 10. Let me put this on the screen over here. Back half of season 10 and the first half of season 11, with AMC readying the 6th season of spin off Fear the Walking Dead and the 10 episode premiere season of second spin off The Walking Dead World Beyond. I think there are lots of stories to be told from this universe, Barnett told Variety on the franchise. And I would say about that what I'd say about any of the development at AMC. Holy fuck. Let's hear how you said that again. And I would say about that what I'd say about any of the development at AMC, which is that it has to be creatively exceptional. That's tricky wording right there because I'm liking season 10 and it's not creatively exceptional. I mean, not even close. Uh, what? Future shows have a high threshold to live up to under showrunner Angela Kang. The Mothership series has seen its highest ever critical reception with season 9 and 10. Barnett has struck a wonderful balance of being supportive of what we've been doing well on behalf of fans and also still challenging us to continue to grow, said Kang. The Walking Dead Chief Content Officer, everyone's fan favorite Scott Gimple, former Season 5. Why do they put all this shit in here? I fucking hate articles because they have like a word limit or they get paid by the word amount, and they're always tossing random dumb bullshit in here like, oh yeah, Scott Gimple, who said this in 1996, who did this in 1975, who did that 2 years ago, and he got a blowjob from a hooker last week. They're always putting all this nonsense to fill up the article. Get to the fucking point already. Is now developing the franchise's first theatrical feature starring, again, blah, 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 blah. Television is changing, and that's exciting because we can tell stories in other formats than 16-episode seasons. Now, let me stop real quick. This is exactly what I've been talking about a while back, and I don't know how solid this info was, but my understanding from a few different sources and just chit-chat and rumors was AMC was interested, and this is a while back. They could have changed stuff. I'm not hunting for spoilers and, leaks and shit like that because I don't cover it on the channel. I'm not interested in it. It's just not me. So from what I heard, loosely, AMC is interested in doing whatever they need to do to keep the characters in the world, whether it's in Rick movies, in spin-off movies, in the original show, in spin-off series, meaning they could take Daryl, Carol, anyone else that's interesting and still alive in the Mother series and have them either cameo in other movies and spin-offs, or the Mother series would trail out to an end and the surviving characters would cameo in those others, and some of them would find a home in those other shows, or new separate movies, like the main show goes off and they start a Walking Dead movie series, which has, people from the main show, but it's movies and not TV. Now, just to put that out there for anyone who hasn't been in the conversation last time we talked about that, going back to what Scott Gimple was saying, because keep in mind, this falls in line with what we've been talking about. Anything is possible between contracts and how it works and not confusing your audience. Anything is possible nowadays. So he said television is changing, and that's exciting because we could tell stories in other formats than 16-episode seasons. I think we will continue to do that, and we have plans for that. But we also have plans for shorter length series, Gimple told The Hollywood Reporter in October. For miniseries, for things that are like specials, and it's taking advantage of not only the different stories we can tell, but the different formats we can tell them in. Now, that was October, and we were talking about this, I would imagine, back then and a little earlier. I think it was right after the Rick movie reveal. We started talking about that. My nose has a little itch. We were talking about what they could do, and I forget where I heard some rumors. But that literally falls in line with all that shit. Any and everything they can do. And that's including new stuff. If they want to do Negan episodes for his origin, that's what he's talking about. If they want to do a brand new character instead of doing webisodes on YouTube, they can tie in characters in the off season. We could get a mini series. Like, it's not going to happen, but the princess is entering in season 10. If they were set up and if it fits and there was a purpose, they could even do a little mini-series and then push the princess into The Walking Dead. Now, she's coming in season 10 with or without... What's his name? Fuck, I forgot his name. That's how unimportant he is. What the hell was his name? The dude that she got. Get it? She's coming. Anyway. Expanding onto the big screen, continuing the small, blah, blah, blah. Take place. Because this is such a big world with such different stories, it'd be silly not to do that, Gimple said. He continued, it also means not everything we put out is going to be connected to any of the existing shows. And further, some of it might not even go beyond a certain length. We do want to do these smaller things that are completely their own thing and then do something else. Some stuff could be 3 episodes, some stuff could be 6 episodes, some stuff could be 12 or 16 episodes. And this is, again, this is stuff we were talking about last year when Rick went off The Walking Dead. Right when the movies were announced, that was one of the first things that we discussed and we speculated. everything is open, and the mountain of possibilities are up there for stuff that connects, stuff that doesn't connect, new characters, old characters, origin stories, shit that's one episode, like a webisode, but only found on AMC Premiere. Keep that in mind. Maybe it premieres on Premiere and then they'll post it on YouTube afterwards. Again, they've done this shit in the past. They've done it, but they cheated. They didn't cheat. They did it differently, and they put it in between commercial breaks. They put it in. They did something else too. But remember the plane. What was that plane that connected to Fear of the Walking Dead? Remember Rick's machete? They had the Bicycle Girl webisode. This is shit that they've been doing since season 2 or season 1. But it's now done in a different way, highlighting the fact that they can put shit on AMC Premiere and build off of that. And other things too, not just that, because there's so much else, there's so many other different things they can do from that. Anyhow, what else we got? Bro, you're a pretty awesome YouTuber. Thank you, Joshua. Keep up the good content and live streams. When will you make videos that talk about your life again? Those were awesome. I think we're going to definitely be getting to those finally in 2020. I was holding off because I'm trying to figure out where we're going to be doing them, because I knew we were changing the content on Make a Path Presents. It just was struggling for so long, and I was half in and half out on what I wanted to do. I think in 2020, I think I have it pretty much set where we're doing what we've been setting up for a long time, which is it will stick with the horror sci-fi genre, and this channel will stick with the polished content, flaws and awes, and other things. Right now, we're just sticking with that. Don't want to bite off more than we can chew. And then on the Ronnie Hayes is open for everything, and that is literally everything. Any and everything there is to discuss. Raw vids too, just hitting record, doing my voice whenever the fuck, just anything. And it'll be over there though, it won't be here. And that's important, like I said, for how I want to keep this one specific type of content, hopefully, if it goes well. It's kind of shitty how The Walking Dead shifts around good characters to different projects just to keep people to watch their other shit shows. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that word count. It's so ridiculous. Just, and here's another thing about, especially when it comes to the word count, maybe it's something for the ads. I could be totally wrong. But if I was creating, let's say we were going to have, because we were going to do a Make a Path Presents website and have people contribute. I ran into a number of problems, though, I realized, because I really did want people to just, if you can contribute in any type of way, hit me up and we'll figure out where to put you, what we could do with you. But I must have had literally 98% of the people that reached out, which it wasn't much. 98% were like, listen, I don't mean to be picky, but I got to be blunt. 98% were literally like, I don't have a computer, I don't have a microphone, I want to do something, but I literally have nothing to do something with. And then it came to, what should I write? How should I write it? What can I talk about? And it got to the point where it's like, guys, the reason we're bringing on contributors is so I don't have to do it all. If I have to do it and figure out how to get you things, I was there too. And again, I'm trying to say it without shitting on you, but you got to find a way. I know I worked 3 jobs and raised a kid on my own, and I hustled up for $300 and bought my first laptop just to do YouTube. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I think I used some busty, crusted-ass laptop, and then, uploaded a few videos, and then finally, hustled up some money and bought. I've been there with you, but it was rough too, because like I said, a handful of people reached out, but it was all, I don't got this, I don't know what to do, and it's like I would love to do stuff in 2020, whether it's a website or whether it's anything. I would even take. Someone mentioned they wanted to test out doing a couple narrated skits on the channel, not skits, but horror stories, scary stories, shit like that, sticking with the horror genre. And I was like, listen, if you narrate it and it sucks, I'm gonna tell you. So don't even email me back if you're sensitive, because I will tell you if it's bad. It has to be at least good. And I thought that was a neat idea. Um, but a lot of the stuff I had gotten, that's good too, because that's someone who does their own thing. They record it, they edit it, they got their own mic, they got their own this, they yada yada yada, and then they just say, hey, I'm working on this, and throw it on the channel, done. But for most of the others, it was, like I said, how do I write? What do I write about? How do I I don't have a mic. How do I get this? And there was something else too. I had a better example, and I lost my train of thought. I was like, that was a perfect example. But again, that's something that I wanted to be interested in. And if we ever do get it running, Megapath Presents, and again, maybe I'm talking stupid, but I want news articles to just hit it and shit it or something. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Just tell you what you need to know and get out of there. Enough, because I feel like if you have that type of website, I don't got to beat you in the head with the traffic and knock you crazy with all the ads. I could just pop that traffic on, and then you'll go to more and more stories, and you'll feel more comfortable, and you'll look at it as a more reliable place to go because you're in and you're out. You're reading news stories without having all this other crap in there, and then you're much more likely to come back and read other news stories because you're going to get the lean news, and then you're out of there, and you're not kicked in the face with 1,000 pop-up ads. Oh yeah, I saw something like that too. It said, "Is the Walking Dead experience a creative new blah, blah, blah. Creative renaissance?" No, I'm looking for The Last of Us figurines for the man cave. Any links that aren't outrageously priced? Well, here's the thing: is there's no figurines unless you mean the 1/6 scale, and no. So we were looking at websites the other day. I think you could buy both of them for $250. You're gonna have to look at my last website, my last live stream. Scroll through. I actually looked them up. Someone in the channel was telling me where to go. I think it was. Oh my god, I don't remember. But go check there. I brought it up. I can't remember for the life of me, but if you pull it up, you'll see what I mean. And I think it's $250 for the both of them and both their different suits, and that's a damn good price, as long as it comes with all the outfits and suits and all that. That's a Netflix documentary on vaping, and no, it's not more dangerous than cigarettes. Check it out. I didn't know that either. About the documentary. People are selling fake THC vapes that are cutting with stuff that are killing people. Some people just don't know their THC vape liquid isn't supposed to be brown. Left my ass off. See, that's the thing. I heard it was the THC vapes, but everyone's getting it, clustered up as all vaping. I know my aunt's in a works in a hospital, and they were told straight up, like, vapes will kill you. Bottom line, like, not in 20 years, but they'll kill you right now, which just is not the truth. I'm sure there's people that die, but it's just the majority of people. It would have been a epidemic, or what is the word I'm looking for? So many people would have died if that was the case. Things just get blown out of proportion. Should you do it? No, you should do nothing that's gonna fucking kill you. We're all idiots, but I don't know what to tell you. It helped me quit smoking. I'm almost done with it. By March, I'll be totally done, as long as I stay on my little schedule that I got. When do you think the musical episode is going to happen on The Walking Dead? I hope it never happens. I read a lot of articles on the best TV shows of the decade, and I must admit, though, none of them includes The Walking Dead in the list, but Game of Thrones. Thoughts? Best TV shows of the decade. Well, here's the thing. What is it? Is it top 10, top 5, top 3, because if you're breaking down a list like that, if it's just the best in general, then that's dumb and that's hateful, because you need to include The Walking Dead based off its cultural relevance alone. You got to give it credit for that. As far as rating it based on how good the story is and plot and acting and all that, I would have to say the story and story structure / budget suffers for a good majority of it. But there's a lot there that's still good. So it should be on the list. But if you're gonna tell me top 3, it's probably not top 3. You know what I mean? Breaking Bad probably takes it. I'm sure other shows beat it. Game of Thrones, for me, that's dead after the last episode. It ruined so much of the first few seasons. Part of me thinks the reason that Walking Dead wasn't included is because it started slow and peaked in the middle season, and then it started to decline at the end of the decade. I mean, I'm sure that plays into who's picking it. I would like to know how they're doing it, though. Are they doing it based off of ratings online, or is it just whoever's writing the article? Because if it's whoever's writing the article, those lists are damn near worthless, because they're going off their biased tastes. I thought about switch to a normal contract, only be in for another 2 years, and it was stipulated that they could be in any filming. I don't know what you guys talking about, but yeah, it is true that Norman and Melissa's contracts are created so that way they can go in anything Walking Dead related. Is there any office tour coming soon, Ronnie? I doubt it. We moved into a place that's half the size of our last one, and there's just boxes and this. You know what I mean? There's no here's your office tour. That's it. It's over. That's literally it. And I still think for an office, it's huge. It's in the middle of, maybe not huge, but for just sitting at your desk, because I need other work area for other stuff. And in that regard, it's small, but just for sitting here at a desk, it's all the space in the world you need. But that's literally it. As far as showing what's back behind me, we'll likely put some of those videos up on the Ronnie Hayes. Not will likely. Those are going, because we already have it up and on the file for the Ronnie Hayes channel. But it's not like a tour. It was kind of when I was moving in, I was showing the shelves and what was going on it. I mean, maybe we'll get to a tour, but again, this is tricky because I'm not really sure. It's not. Yeah, I would say it's not going to be coming up for a while yet. Yeah, I really don't. Not at least for a few months. I wonder what happened to Red Machete short clips they were doing. And did you ever hear Rick was supposed to direct an episode this season, but something happened and then he didn't? Yeah, just scheduling conflict. He couldn't do it. Red Machete, they probably were going to put that in one of the spinoffs, and they changed their plans, or it's coming and they just didn't get there yet. So we'll likely see it again. Yeah, it's for ads. I'm sports editor and we push digital content. Have to have a minimum 300 for ads to show up. Haha. Well, 300 words or 300 letters? I would imagine 300 words. Yeah, I guess some of that would make sense. I just wish it was, for ads. I'm trying to figure out a way around that, because you would think, well, I guess if there wasn't a limit, someone can probably just throw whatever they want up there. But don't you only get paid if people click on the ads? So it really shouldn't have a limit in that case, right? I mean, because it doesn't matter if you make 1,000 trillion pages if no one's clicking on the ads, and then you don't pay out. I don't know. But yeah, that does suck. Tell me your perfect sandwich. Perfect sandwich. I don't know if I have a perfect sandwich. Tuna sandwich. Yeah, it's for ads. Okay, what's up, Ronnie chat? Caleb says, I'd help out. Anyway, Ronnie, I use Sony Movie Studio just like you. Well, I appreciate that, Caleb. A part of it, like I said, if we ever go down this road, and this is something we're either going to do or we're not going to do it this year for sure, because it's something I've been wanting to do for a couple years now. But like I said, buddy, and that's anyone and everyone who is interested. If you're coming forward and you're like, give me a job to do, or I want to, I want you to dictate what to do, I just can't do it. At least not yet. Because in the time it's going to take for me to find what you should do and set you up to do it, I can just do it myself. But when it comes to someone stepping up and saying, like that one dude who was, I want to do this. I want to narrate some stuff. I want to talk about certain stuff in pop culture, give me a video every other week. or someone comes up with what was the one suggestion? I forget, but certain these ideas, and they're like, I got it. Here's an example. Yeah, let me know if it's good, and we'll put it on once in a while. And obviously, I would imagine most people would have their own channels if they want it, and then they would just put an exclusive video up on the channel. And the website, when we get that up, we have people contribute. They're doing their articles. Obviously, we would have an editor look over it, check it over first off, make sure it holds up, make sure it's, something that's legible and that's not just ass backwards crazy. But we do have, or at least I would be looking in the future if we do get back on our feet for an editor. So that would help if that's what you mean. If that's the case, then fine. Yeah, here's the type of thing I want edited together, yada, yada, yada. But I'm just not there yet because I would like to be able, at first when it comes to something like an editor, find a way to set that up so there's some type of payment situation back and forth so someone's not just working for free. And again, that's like a big project. That's not like, oh, here's an hour to edit this together. No, that's like, here's probably like a 7-hour edit. You know what I mean? It's going to be your first tat of the new decade. I think it's going to be my daughter's name. A little late to the party, but have you caught The Witcher yet? Nope. Haven't checked it out yet. Do you listen to rap or hip hop? I didn't think it mattered, really. There's a difference. I listen to both. Did you like the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? My daughter did. My daughter liked that a lot. I thought it was okay, Can you become a member on YouTube if you live outside the USA? I don't think so. Not yet, I don't think. What the hell happened to the Scary Movie franchise and the movies that fun of other movies? They weren't good. No one was going. What age did you get your first tattoo? I think I was 18. 17. Nope, sorry, 17. I remember that. I remember now. My So Many Tears, Half a Yin Yang on my back, and it was on Main Street in Wilkes-Barre. Why is it called Star Wars when they never fight stars? I don't know, but they should. Let me double check the article here. I know we are running long, and we got to shut her down. But there was an article here. Michonne wanted to change that scene for Rick. Someone said they shared pictures of Michonne from season 10B, and I looked for it, and I couldn't find it. The Walking Dead movies might maim Rick Grimes. That's dumb. New look at Michonne in season 10, A Quiet Place trailer. What the fuck is that? New look at Michonne in here's your first look image of Michonne in the back half of The Walking Dead season 10, and no, she's not holding a lightsaber. That does kind of look like a lightsaber. That's it. I hate when they do that shit. Everyone's all nuts, and it's like the most worthless picture you can possibly get. And I don't mean that like how it sounds. I just mean like you're dying for something new, and they're just like, or something, I don't know, man, with substance. And it's like, here's Michonne. She looks exactly how she always looks, but she's holding a flashlight. It's like, oh yay. I lost that picture now. What the fuck happened to it? I don't know. It's on Twitter. But it's just Michonne dressed how she was. Holding a flashlight. Here it is. My bad. Here it is here. Come on, mine. There it is. Absolutely nothing even worth going online for. I'm that way with all entertainment, though. I can't fucking stand when they do these little internet promo, and it's like every news article's like, first look at so-and-so, and they don't use the new image in the thumbnail because you know it's some bullshit, some weak-ass bullshit. Obviously, they're not going to put it in thumbnail because they want you to click for the ad. I get it. But still, that's how you know. Here we fucking go. Anyway, we do have to wrap this up. We really do have to wrap this up. I did not realize I went this long. Fight in space. Is Juliet back in school? Yes, she is. How old were you when you lost your virginity? I think I was, 9? No. That's too young. You pervs. 16? I think that's right. It might be a little earlier. Later, Ronnie. I'm gonna hit the sack. I have school tomorrow. Have a good time at school. Have you noticed something familiar when you read my first name and it was given to me by my mother because she likes to watch Star Wars when she was pregnant, Anakin? I honestly thought that was a made-up name, bro. I really did. I just thought you just had that name. Like, just picked it. But that's cool, though. Anakin's a fine name. Favorite TV show that isn't The Walking Dead? Either Breaking Bad, The Shield, Sons of Anarchy. It's Breaking Bad. It was probably Breaking Bad, and then The Shield, and then I'm trying to think because there's some shows that I haven't seen in a while. Have you ever seen Search Party? I don't think so. Any plans to stream Fortnite anytime soon? Not anytime soon, but we will be having some more gaming streams. It's rough though, because just timeline wise, there's no time. There's just no time, Yeah, get going, Spin. I'm shutting it down. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. And don't forget, Tuesday is my main goal for the new Flaws and Awes. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hell getting the Flaws and Awes done in time. Because tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, I got to go to the doctor to get a scan my leg. I hurt my leg. And they think I hurt it pretty bad. So I got to go get it scanned. And then on Tuesday, I got an appointment in the morning. And I'm just, fuck, man. After that, I got to pick up the DVD, Blu-ray that I'm getting. So I can come home and watch the audio commentary and some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Because I need some of that information for the video. And I also need the actual case, because you guys know in the beginning of Flaws and Awes, I pull the case off the shelf, and then at the end, I put the case back on the shelf, and it's got its number on there. Eventually, I'm going to get a better looking setup, but for right now, yeah, I take the movies from here and put them here. Oh, I just got this in. Check this out. I was hyped about this. We might see this in a few months. I know we're going to jump into zombie and horror movies like slasher. I don't know. You guys are going to be voting soon. I'm going to put up the votes for the Flaws and Awes, the movie Flaws and Awes. But this will probably be this Halloween. Now, for me, that feels like forever away, but time flies. So this is probably perfect because we did Krampus for 2019, and this was done by the same guy. So we should probably do this in 2020 for Halloween. If not sooner. Maybe we'll do it sooner. I don't know. But this is called Trick or Treat, and it's the steelbook for this. It's got his real face and then his bagged face. This thing is friggin' awesome. I love this disc here. I know there's a Shout Factory, I think, with extra special features. I'm going to find a way to get the Shout Factory version and just keep the disc in here. Sometimes I do that. I'll get a version that has a lot of special features, and I will put the disc in, those little paper holders, and then just slide that in on this side in these tabs. And then that way I have the ultimate edition of my own steelbook, because that's what I have on my shelf. Primarily steelbooks. I love friggin' steelbooks. Having the picture quality, I think the best pictures are the ones that have no titles. I love it when they just do the image. Those are my favorites because I love the look of that. That's freaking awesome. And I don't know why, but Steelbook it's just my thing. And it's not something like I'm not upgrading anytime soon. I'm going to have Blu-rays for the next, 3 to 5 years, no matter what they change to. I'm not moved. So, you know what I mean? It's like that perfect. Plus now, he can, I don't want to drop his popsicle. Now Sam can stand in front of this on the shelf. I think that'd be cool. I wanted to get some type of setup like that for the living room. Obviously, with the cat and everything like that now, it's not going to work. But when I eventually, figure out what state I want to settle down in, because I don't want to live in North Carolina permanently. But once I figure out what state has the best Halloween, October-like weather, mostly year-round, I'm going to have to go check that out. Yeah, your Steelbook arrived on Saturday. Well, fucking good for you. I tell you what, everyone's Best Buy Steelbook arrives early. Everyone I know, they get it early. The one time I set a schedule and I bought the Blu-ray Steelbook for It Chapter 2, and I made plans because everyone gets theirs early, and I made plans to get it and watch it and yada, yada, yada that weekend. And guess what? I paid for it to show up on the day it got released. Everyone got it early. Guess when I got it? I didn't get it the day it came out. I got it 2 days after. Everyone I know got it early. Everyone I know gets all their Steelbooks from Best Buy early. I get it 2 days after. I was furious because that shit is bullshit. It says click here to get it on the day because you got to order special shipping, even though it was free when I ordered. Anyway, so long story short, for the Joker, I said, fuck it, I'm going to come pick it up in the store because you guys are assholes. I can't wait for them to, because if they hold Joker for a few days, I can't record the Joker case when I do my video, so it's going to take even longer. Anyway, that don't matter. Trick or treat, motherfucker. That's gonna be a fun vid to do, but we'll see. Show us your legs. What do I look like? A female to you? We need a Resident Evil. Oh, bro, shows your leg? Oh, no, it's my ankle, bro. I'm gonna have to put my leg over my head. It's just a massive bruise on my ankle. I was moving a headboard and I crushed the damn thing. And then when I did my move and all, I was like, man, it's healing slowly. And it was just swelling up and being a bitch. And now it was like looking pretty damn busted up. And it's like, yo, it's been months. So I went to the doctor and they got to run tests. But the one doctor was like, yo, I think you severed a nerve or a vein. And I was like, how the fuck do I crush my leg, sever a vein, but I don't break the skin? I didn't break any skin. There was no skin breakage, How does that happen? Only me, only my dumbass could hurt myself in the most idiotic of ways. Really? Slashers all the way. Yeah, as we go. Well, no, I shouldn't ask this because then I'm going to have to wait for you guys to answer. But let me check out the last few comments here. Can't wait to get that first volume of Doomsday Kingdom. I already saw the concept artwork and it looks great. I can't wait for that too. We're getting the charm. But if you guys want to answer after the stream, what are you guys more interested in? Moving into the zombie flaws and awes or the slasher flaws and awes? Because we got to find something for the flaws and awes for the movies that draws people's attention and turns their head. Because right now it's looking kind of funky. The stats don't make sense. I've asked a number of people to look at the stats. That's what they do. And something ain't right. Because it's, like I said before, the Bone Tomahawk, for example, is my only video that still to this day, I don't think it has a single dislike on it. It might now. But it reached like 2,000 views or thumbs up or whatever without a single dislike. Yeah, it's still at a 100% like ratio. The only movie I've ever seen, the only video I've ever seen of mine, that goes past, 1,000 views or something like that, Because there's always that one person that's ready to hit the dislike. I'm usually at a 98% like to dislike ratio, which is high. But it's a one video where it's got a perfect, for months now, perfect 100% like ratio. 100 and some comments, 300 some plus some likes. Not a single dislike. But YouTube will not promote it. And it's like, wait, what? So unless you specifically type in Bone Tomahawk, Flaws and Aws, review with Ronnie Hayes, it won't show up. I went to look now because it was supposed to say review. Everything right and wrong, Bone Tomahawk. Remote. Yeah, it has the review in the tags, but it does not have the review in the description. I might change that. Add like breakdown review or something just to help some people connect with it. Got a 75 TV during the holidays and it fell onto the floor, broke in half. 2020 is looking like a treat. Ouch, that hurts, yo. Bro, it's the first time it arrived early. I always get it late. Oh, shit, really? You know, everyone I know, they get theirs all the time on that weekend. Weird, I usually get it days after the release. Everyone I know. There's even a brand new dude on Instagram who collects like steelbooks. I just followed him, and he's posting pictures. He got his on Saturday. You know? Like I was saying, even strangers that I just followed on Instagram, they're getting theirs early. I just assumed it was everyone. Because the people I know, they got theirs already. They're Joker. Fuck. My Joker Steelbook arrived Saturday. Yeah, see, yeah. I thought you were someone new. Anyway, so if you think a Rick movie is still happening. Y'all silly if you think a Rick movie is still happening. All right, I'll be silly then. What's the word with the Rick movie? Yeah, about the slasher. Sounds gnarly. Someone hold him down because he needs to get that leg chopped. The fuck out of here, bro. I'll fight. I'll watch whatever you make, Ronnie. You somebody's had to pick. Okay. Well, we're gonna do it no matter what. But I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. Here's the thing, Christine. It's not, unless YouTube changed it. It's not supposed to matter what's if I put review in the title because it's already in the video description, the title tags. You know what I'm saying? Like those tags were supposed to be what people typed into search. So if I got review in the tags, that counts. And I tested that a while back and it worked just fine. But if you have to put it in the title, it now doesn't make any sense why you're tagging it. You know what I mean? Because it should be in the title, unless it's something like, it's a horror slasher related, and you put some title like, oh man, this freaked me out. I was under the assumption that's how tags were supposed to work. So it's like, oh man, this freaked me out. Horror, slasher, this and that and that. So it was a way for YouTube to display their videos without you having this ridiculous title that said all your tags in the title. You know what I mean? But if that's not the case, if it's new or I just read it wrong and learned it wrong and I'm an idiot, well then I'll slap review in all my titles. But I'll be honest, it looks ugly. It's like Flaws and Aws breakdown review or just review. But you get what I'm saying? Like if I have to put the search words in the title, the tags in the title, it kind of like just bogs down the title. But I'm going to try it on a few and see if it helps. Because once it catches on, I don't need to fuck with it anymore. All we need is, 10K people on each video watching. That's it. Just to start. That's enough for YouTube to promote it good. I'm good with that. Anyway, Philip Cumby with a $6.99 love tap nut tap. Loving the Flaws and Aws videos. Currently rewatching the old Walking Dead reviews. If you're a Walking Dead fan, you've found your home. Thanks for the hard work, brother. Nice. Thank you very much for the support and watching some of the older movies. I'm going to, no, I can't. I was going to say, I think I'm gonna, or I would probably find it interesting to watch some of the older reviews before I do my flaws and awes for the Walking Dead older seasons. But I didn't do reviews for the first season or the second or third. I think season 4 I started and then I had to move and I stopped. Just when I have to... oh, yikes. That's crazy, bro. It's fantastic, Anakin. Fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, if it's got, I don't know. It's got to be the right situation, though. Let me just put it that way, because if you're both terrible and awkward, I mean, probably gonna be good no matter what. But let's be real, it's not gonna be as fantastic as if, you know, you guys are fucking used to it. You know, you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Get your dick wet. You come back and tell us what you think. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, make sure she has full consent, though. Don't take that out of context. Have you ever considered using thumbnail bait? Yeah, I did that. I did that with making the parody. They're supposed to be parody, but I don't know if anyone realized that. But the Everything Wrong and Right with the Bone Tomahawk, that's the one I'm looking at. It's supposed to be a parody of Everything Wrong with the Cinema Sins. But thumbnails, here's the thing. Thumbnails don't matter if YouTube's not promoting it. So even if I do naked chicks on my thumbnail, people are not clicking on it because it's not Walking Dead content. So it's telling YouTube don't promote it. So the thumbnail doesn't matter. I need to get the clicks on it for my subscriber base. That's why I keep harping on it. It needs to come from within, or YouTube's not going to promote it. That's just how it's stuck in that system right now. Did you ever watch or found interesting at Mayans MC? I tried an episode and I just didn't like the charisma of any of the actors, but I'm sure I'll eventually get a connection there. But I'm not rushing to watch them. Excuse me. Maybe YouTube is conspiring against you again. Seriously, YouTube, I've had to rescribe to map at least 3 times. That is something that I've gotten numerous complaints. A lot of people got unsubscribed. I had one person just recently say, bro, I thought you left YouTube. And I was like, oh, no, I had some problems. And they were like, no, not that. You just don't put any videos up. And then I click on your shit and you've got like 10 fucking 100 videos since I seen you last, like a year ago. And the same thing. I'm subscribed to so many channels, out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a channel that, I don't know. I mean, pretty much any channel, they go dark. I might end up forgetting about them. And then after a while, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What about the dude, yada, 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 or the chick? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, people being unsubscribed. And it's still happening. Every day YouTube takes off like 50 subscribers. It's ridiculous. That's another thing I showed someone my analytics, and they were like, I have no fucking idea what's going on with your channel, bro. Because it's legit. I know in 2018, or maybe it was in the beginning of 2019, it was negative 50 every day. Every day, no matter what. Negative 50 all the time. for like 4 months straight. Do you have to do the early seasons? We are doing the early seasons. Based on laughing at consent user. Based laughing at consent user. I don't know what that even means. I started watching you when you had 4,000 subscribers. Still think you're the best The Walking Dead YouTuber out there. Thank you very much, Extreme Mario. I almost called you Marshmallow. Mario plushies. People are jerks and haters gonna hate. Ronnie's great. Thank you very much, especially making that rhyme. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm proud that Bone Tomahawk has 0 dislikes for like a month now. Even if people ran over there to dislike it, puts a smile on my face anyway, because YouTube counts that as, I forget the right terminology, but it's oh my god, what is it? It's holy fuck, I literally forgot that word. It's I don't know the specific word, but it's something, someone's interacting with it. So that's good for the algorithm. You comment, you dislike. That's why when we get people who will follow you and jump on your video immediately and dislike it, I wasn't mad at those people, and I had like 20 of them for The Walking Dead. Whatever I said for my reviews, it made them mad. Every video, they were up there within, minutes to dislike it. And there was literally 20 perfectly, 20, 22 all the time. And it was fine because they're helping the channel. Yeah, it's engagement. Yeah, engagement. Thank you. What kind of vape juice? Cali Vapor, Devil's Punch Bowl. It's my favorite. It's happening to other YouTubers as well. Yeah, I'm hearing that. I'm also hearing some bad things about some new algorithm with YouTube recently, and this is fucking weird. I've pretty much ignored the Ronnie Hayes channel. I put up one review, like a figure review, and that channel's on the incline. It's spiking up. People are watching older videos. They're getting promoted and shared. My Days Gone videos, they're getting more views than on my channel with 2,000 subscribers. YouTube's promoting them more, and those videos are getting more views than a channel with 100,000 subscribers, making highly edited and polished content with people that, and we're not talking like, oh, Ronnie, those are terrible. We're talking 98% like to dislike ratio, and random videos are getting better views on the Ronnie Hayes one. Again, it's like, what? 2,000 subscriber channel is outmatching that. I left alone. I clicked on it before I went live. It's in the green. It's rising up. What? I haven't touched it in like fucking a month. I put one video up. I haven't touched it in a month. This channel's in the red, like 80%, everything around the board. The only thing doing good is the Walking Dead Flaws and Aws. They were 300% in the green. That's like the engagement. Was better than anything we've been doing in all of 2018. People just loved, which I understand. That's why I enjoy doing them. I think they are it's a fantastic and fun format. I get a trip out of it. I think it's awesome. It's something that as a viewer, I would love to watch. I would subscribe immediately. And I tried to make it toward something I was passionate about doing, but something that I would love to watch on YouTube. Anyhow, yeah, someone here was so mad they had to run over and dislike that. How sad are you? How sad is your life where you're watching someone you clearly don't like, and the moment they're like, yo, this thing made me happy, there's not a single dislike. And that person was like, that motherfucker, how dare him? I'm going to that video. How fucking pathetic do you think someone would have to be to do some shit like that? I mean, I ain't mad at you. Interactivity, engagement, baby. And you already did it. You already done did it. You already clicked on it. You already did the thing. So I already got that engagement. I ain't mad at you. You know? Well, you have no uploads. Anyway, I know I got to get going. I know I love talking with you guys. So I'm going to really shut it down, because if not, I'll be here till 2 in the morning. But yeah, true story. That is why I have been testing out. See, I have this channel, and I have my personal channel, and I started a whole brand new channel. Brand new, not connected with the Ronnie Hayes. And I'm having someone look through the algorithm. I'm also trying to learn the algorithm. And that way I don't have to rely on people. Hey, what does this mean? How's this looking? But the thing is, now I have 3 channels that I can look at the audience, the analytics overall, and see how well they work. And one of the most important things is how often and how much and when YouTube is promoting your videos in the recommended and the suggested. And there's certain times where it'll go up some. I mean, it really will. But this channel doesn't with that. With YouTube recommending it, and with people unsubscribing, whatever reason it is, this channel, and I would love to just say, because it's easy if it's me. All right, I'm a dick. Maybe I'll stop being a dick. Maybe I'm fucking up. Maybe I'll get better quality something. I don't know. I can fix me. That's easy. But the problem though is I got 2 other channels, and based on the stats, they're not having the same problems this channel is, which is frustrating because if the simple solution is to just say, all right guys, we're all moving over to Ronnie Hayes, I'll fucking do it. If that's what we got to do. And in a little bit, I'll know if that's what we're going to do because I mean, it's a possibility. We might have to just say fuck it and go. Anyway, we'll know in about March and April. I'll have a better idea. Anyway, let's see. Anyone saying anything interesting? I don't know what you're. Just do flaws and alls for every episode. We're already doing that. What is your name? Yeet Yo the dude or something. We're already doing that. That's actually what I announced in the beginning here. This coming Monday, stay tuned for. I'm sorry, Friday, likely. The Walking Dead 101. Friday, Saturday, and then the following Monday, I'm gonna do my best to get 102 out. Monday, Tuesday, try to get us back on the track. Monday, Walking Dead. Friday is a movie flaws and alls. Every other Friday. Can't do every Friday. Not yet. I gotta work. Or you could just use your successful channel. Again, bud. That's the context there. A channel that is being stunted by YouTube, let's just say, for sake of argument, with 100,000 subs, versus a channel with 2,000 subs that's not being stunted. I threw up a video of Andy Signore. It blew past 5K subs, immediately. It stopped after that, but I did it on this channel, and no one watched it. I took it down. I think we had like 1,000 people, 1,200 people. I just deleted the fucking thing, Ronnie Hayes gets 5K. This channel, 1,000 people were like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Anyway, let's get it 10B. Prank call video, huh? So yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's a little more to it. I appreciate that, Christian Cow. We'll see. Like I said, do you do unboxing and merch vids now? No, not right now. We don't. I mean, we do some, but they have to connect with something we're doing. All right. Thank you very much. The members of the channel, appreciate you coming out and supporting the channel, Patreon supporters, and you mods, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to see you guys later. I really do got to shut it down now. What? Oh, there we go. The end stream button wouldn't let me click on it. I'm like, what are you doing? But finally it got working again. All right, I'll see you guys for the upcoming movie flaws and alls. I'm excited for it. Stay tuned. If I'm a little late, don't worry. Like I said, I have to get something on the day on Tuesday, and I have to work for a few hours to get it out. So it's not going to be till later in the day, or maybe Wednesday if I'm a little late, but it'll definitely be out by Wednesday at the latest. I'll see you guys then, and then remember, The Walking Dead after that. Have a good night, and be safe, I guess. New year, new you. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are. No one fucking talks about resolutions. Does anyone do anything? All right, good night.